When it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing. Coach getting with the coverage, we loving it all day. Picking up the news, tell us wherever the ball lay. With the NFL, NBA, they box so. Sports news in the hands of a man with fair takes. Tell them, coach, statistics and realness that's being spoke. Either hit it for the win or they hitting the goal posts. Either way, we woke up to the news of the day. Any Kenny could call it, he like to talk it out with Ray. Fast breaks down the lane, they better move out the way, or they pulling from perimeter. Curry bury the trade, yeah they got it. Woo! Duval with the hottest, Chris and Dev like the master, and mix it up like it's Logic being modest. They been looking for that real, trying to get it feel. Sports podcast, they running back on the real. That's a steal, yeah. They never sick, but they ill. Real sports talk going, deliver sign that seal. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing.
Yo.
Am I in? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, yes, sir.
All right, here we go. I don't know. I'm trying to get this technology together, man. What's going on, fellas?
Glad to be back.
Yes, indeed.
Glad to be back. Kenny, you just had an anniversary or something, right? That's why you was out?
No. I just had to. Our anniversary is in April. I had to pick up the wife.
I thought a couple weeks ago.
Oh no! I was out of town.
Oh, okay, out of town.
Yeah.
How was your trip?
Oh, it was cool. Went to Daytona for a marriage conference, so it was cool.
All right. Can you drop a knowledge or two for
the guests?
Because I haven't figured marriage out. So what you got?
Let's see. I think one of the biggest takeaways is if you tap into a woman's mind, into her spirit, you'll get her heart.
Okay.
Sounds like a
deep
gem.
Early. All right.
Sounds like a gem to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to have y'all back. Glad to be back. I know I was on travel for a little bit. I was actually in Florida.
Yeah. How was your
no, that's not true. I was in Vegas.
Florida I was
earlier this year. It was a good
my
trip.
cousin.
Oh my God. Your cousin did what he does. I missed the obviously I didn't go to the Atlanta show, but he brought out Glorilla and Usher, so that was cool. But yeah, a lot of sports news for us to get really to today. So we'll touch base on a lot of that, man. Life is good. I delved into the Chris world. I got a couple parlays.
How they treat man? I'm on a hot streak myself, man. I don't mean knock on wood, but it's been a great week so far for me. Not
Penn
today,
State
though,
let
right
me
now.
down.
Penn State let me down, and my Phillies just gave up a homer in the top of the seventh. So it's not looking good right now.
Is James Franklin in trouble?
Hey man,
Should be. He should be. How do you lose to UCLA, who hasn't held a lead all year? I saw the stat; they haven't held a lead all year. I look at my phone.
0-4.
And I'm seeing UCLA score, and I'm like, what is going on here? How do you lose this game?
Yeah, that was one of the least worries I had in a couple of my parlays, but thank God I didn't double down on Penn State. Shout out to Temple. Temple got the dub. Maryland with a bad loss today. I don't know if y'all follow Maryland, but they was up 20.
They were up, and I saw it. They had
20
just let the lead go.
Oh wow!
They was up 20-0 and lost in the second. I think it was up 20-0 in the second half and lost 24-20. So not great for the Maryland crew. But good day in sports. Glad to have you all. Obviously, we got football Sunday coming up. I noticed it wasn't on the topic list, but Bryce James played last night. I didn't realize he was at Arizona.
I knew he went to Arizona, but I mean,
I didn't know he played.
I saw it on social media, but I wasn't paying it no mind.
What was it? The scrimmage?
I'm not gonna say he's looking Bronny-esque, but
But I mean, we all know if you follow the high school game and you don't look at social media for highlights and you really dive into Bryce James, we all know, not saying he's a bad player whatsoever, but he's not going to be one and done. I can say that.
No. And I'll be honest, I thought he was going to be the better of the brothers.
I didn't.
I think he still has a chance to be. I think they rushed because they rushed Bronny. No. And he has the size. He got the size in there.
Bronny has the game though. Bronny has legit game.
Bronny has.
Did you see him last night?
Bronny is holding Bronny back. It's not like he's holding himself back. Bronny has legit game.
I think he does
pro
have game. I just think
game.
I think he needs some more time, just like Bryce needs more time. Because out of the two, Bryce has the body. He's the closest to the
height wise,
body type, right? And then I think Bronny got the athleticism because I don't think that Bryce has the same level of athleticism that Bronny has, right? So it's kind of they got a mix of the two. So it's interesting to see the two, but because of who they are, they're not really getting the chance or the time that they need to develop like they should.
I mean, that's a conversation that people like to have. Like, should you stay in college, or if you have a chance to go pro and train with pros, do you go do that? Does that help benefit you? It also depends on the situation you get drafted to, because you see kids leaving college saying, I want to be a pro. I feel like my game is suited for pros. I can train better for pros. And you kind of get lost in the system. You get trickled down to the G League, then you're out of a league. We had guys like, and I'm not saying these dudes are out the league or don't stand a chance of coming back, but I mean, look at most of the Sierra Canyon guys. Amari Bailey, haven't seen him. Cassius Stanley.
That's the point. That was the point guard. That's the one that went
left-handed point guard. No, he went to UCLA.
Okay, who's the one that went with Bronny to USC? He was Sierra Canyon too, wasn't he?
No. He wasn't Sierra Canyon, not to my knowledge. But I know I don't think he was Sierra Canyon. But Isaiah Collier. Now he balled out last year. He's with the Jazz. To me, that's a glorified AAU team. No, because seriously, if you have league pass, and I know we're going out of the topics, but if you have league pass, like I have league pass, and I sit there and I enjoy watching basketball, so I'll watch a Jazz game, and they have so much talent, but it's just like AU team where we're gonna go 5, this 5, and that 5, and this 5, and that 5, and it just doesn't make any sense. They gave up Clarkson for pennies on the dollar. They gave up they gave up John Collins for pennies on the dollar. Like, if they would have made those moves a while ago, who knows what they got it back? I think, hear me out, Danny ain't just trying to do what he did in Boston. I think if they have a chance to draft a guy this upcoming year, they're going to draft him and pair with Amari Bailey. But I'm not going to make a prediction this early.
Yeah, I think it's a total, it's a rebuild from the ground
It's a rebuild. Man, I'll say it now here. AJ DeMansa, he's going to go to Utah. Him and Bailey, they're going to be his new Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Whoa. You just threw some big names out there. A Finals MVP.
I'm saying if you look what he did, he drafted them back to back, and they played this quote unquote wing position together.
So you thinking Ace Bailey's gonna? I know he's fired his management and got. I forget who he went with.
Well, I'm glad he fired his management, because that was terrible.
Yeah, they definitely didn't really do. They didn't do a good job with him in terms of getting him.
I'm not even gonna put that out there. Never mind.
I said.
I mean, look. If I'm not mistaken, that's Sharif Cooper dad.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharif Cooper. I mean, that was part of my era in high school watching high school basketball. He had one of the biggest names in that time when it came to high school basketball. He went to Auburn. He couldn't play a while. He came back in. Kenny, we just literally talked about how guys come out early, they don't develop their game. I feel like he's a guy that should have stayed a whole another year in college. He could have been one of those big college names. Could have went late first round or mid first round. Instead, you go second round to the Hawks, and now you have 2 small guards. You had Lou Will, I think, on that team around that time. So 3 small guards. Never had a chance to really show his game. And yes, you're a pro, but everybody talked about him as being the next, small guard in the NBA. Never got his shot. I think he went about the draft process wrong. So I didn't understand what he was going to do to benefit Bailey. You didn't want to go to Philly. That's fine. I think it would have been perfect for you to go to Washington, but you played your cards wrong, and now you're in Utah. Have fun, have fun with that.
Yeah,
and that was kind of my point. Like, I hate the stigma of, and actually, I don't know if it's on the topic list, but I know I'd mentioned the Shador thing, but I don't know from a maturity standpoint. I think it's a mature move to get rid of that agent. Like, I would love for black people to win and get paid, but I think they botched his pre-draft up until he fired him.
They botched
My
everything.
concern would be, can he find happiness in Utah? Like, and get the best out of himself. And what I think all agree is going to be a losing endeavor for the foreseeable future. Like, my concerns with his maturity and checking out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Does exist.
No, that's fair.
I will disagree, only because everything I saw outside. That's why I was so shocked with all this pre-draft stuff, because everything I saw, everything I read, everything I watched from Bailey has been a guy that loves the game of basketball, that wants to get in the gym, that wants to hoop, that loves to hoop. So when all this came out, it shocked me because this was totally out of the realm from what I've personally seen. Now, if somebody else seen signs before this, I haven't. But I just saw a guy that loves the game of basketball, a young guy that just wants to hoop, didn't care where he hooped. I mean, he could have went to a lot of schools.
I don't think that he
didn't let Rutgers kill his game.
He didn't, but I think that they were trying to control They were trying to control where he got drafted. He was trying to, kind of.
Oh, absolutely. He wanted to go to Washington.
Yeah,
that's where he
I
wanted
would have took him. Let's be clear. I would have took him.
And Washington would have took him. And then
he wanted to pull a power move, and it backfired.
But I
However,
think if it was
I do
up
like
to him,
the point guard we got.
I mean, y'all have a. Well, y'all let go.
We're not a contender.
Y'all let go somebody. Y'all pulled. I'm not comparing. And then this is my last thing about the NBA. I'm not comparing this dude to Jokic and Nurkic. But do you remember when the Nuggets had Jokic and Nurkic, and then they got rid of? Yeah, and they chose right. Well, you guys chose wrong. You had Kispert and you have Denny Avdia. Y'all should have kept Avdia. Y'all kept Kispert, and he's just Avdia's been balling in Portland. Portland. It doesn't matter.
It's Portland.
It's Washington.
It does matter.
It's Washington.
But that's the Western Conference too. So
and it's Washington. And the numbers aren't even the same.
Here's what I would say.
Avdia has games.
I don't disagree that
you can't totally discount the fact that he's putting up numbers.
That's what I'm saying. If we're talking numbers, I will submit to that. I don't know that either right now would have been a difference maker. So to say we let one go, what exactly did you let go? Did you get rid of your Honda Accord or did you get rid of your Ferrari?
I mean, no, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but I think him on this squad, I mean, it looks nasty in Washington. I'm be honest. Y'all have some bright spots.
No.
Y'all have some young, I'll say this, y'all have some guards that have, I went to the Sixers and Washington game, the best $2 I ever spent. But y'all have some guards. Y'all have some guards that are some wings that are talented. You have Bub, you have Carrington, you have Bilal.
You do.
I like those guys. You went and picked.
We got rid of Poole.
I think watch out for Cam Whitmore. Cam Whitmore, if he gets some time this year, he's putting that thing in the basket. Chris Middleton, y'all gonna find a way to get rid of him. Same thing with CJ.
Please, God.
And I think that you got a good rim protector in Sar. Sar's going to be.
Y'all need to move Sar to the 4. Y'all need to do what the Spurs did and sign two centers, and it needs to be time where
we had Valanciunas, but I think we released.
Well, he's a bad fit anyway. You need a mobile 5.
I think
like Luke Kermit is mobile. And I don't know if you've seen Sar in person.
No, I haven't.
He's all of 7'2". And he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, and
he's 7 foot.
Protects the rim
he has a lot of potential. Watching him in person, I'm a fan. Yes. I was always a fan. I always thought he should have been a 4 more than a 5. The same thing
I'm
with
older.
Wemby
I
until they
agree.
get a little bit older. But Sarr is he's nice. He has all the attributes to be. And I'm not saying he's going to be this, but to be a very
He
good
won
player in
Rookie of
the
the
NBA.
Year, right?
No,
Who won Rookie of the Year last year?
I'm pretty sure it's the Hawks
Oh,
rookie. I don't know.
Castle.
No,
Oh,
the Hawks
Stephon
got
Castle. Stephon
trash.
Castle. No, Stephon.
From San
Yeah,
Antonio.
Castle.
And trash, maybe. No, I don't think the guy from the Hawks is that good. But
I mean,
not important.
yeah,
He's not.
yeah.
Like, he's a guy.
I haven't
For a
even seen
number
him.
one pick.
I can't see.
I mean, that was
What
the
I've
whole entire
seen, he's a
draft.
guy.
I mean,
It
that's
was
what they
not a
need.
great
That's what they needed, though.
And thank you, because
They didn't need Castle because we saw what happened with Trey and DeJounte Murray. They just needed another wing. Jalen Johnson is their number 2. And he was hooping before he was ruled out. I mean, the Hawks look nice. It's not NBA. We talking about it's October. It's October.
We can get to the NBA, but you say
the
it's
Hawks
nice.
look nice.
You think they're a playoff team?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. Top 4 seed, top 5 seed, easily.
That's assumed. It all hinges on.
We're gonna revisit
KP
this.
being healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, if KP's healthy, they may be they top 4 if KP's healthy.
Yeah, I gotta see.
Oh, we will be revisiting this for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see that, but okay, I respect that. But since we are talking basketball, it is WNBA season.
Indeed.
Well, end of the season, which is a great time for them. There's been a lot of news, not so much coverage on the games, as much as Nafisa Collier's press conference and the fallout from that, where I said this about a lot of people. I'll give Kayla Williams as an example, and others, where when criticism comes, I look to see who supports you. And I haven't seen any support, and I should know her name, and I apologize, but the commissioner of the WNBA,
I got you.
Kathy Engelberg, I have not seen a single person speak up in her defense amidst polarizing public criticism. I know she did a press conference to follow up and didn't move me much.
She had to.
Yeah, but when you have that opportunity, that was weak.
So tepid. Yeah, you had to come out and say something because that statement was word salad.
So I'm not gonna lie. Haven't been the biggest WNBA supporter. I like it. I support it generally. Like if it's on, it's cool. I think missing Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese for most of the year didn't help. Juju says she's going to be out for the next year, so I think she's just positioning herself for the WNBA. And then unrivaled is unrivaled. Like it's here, and it's a great time to be unrivaled, especially with the lockout
for sure
seemingly on the horizon. Between hopefully, I'm guessing the government will get open before the lockout ends, but it's not ideal timing. So yeah, I guess you guys have seen the comments, you've seen kind of the feedback. I guess I'll kick it to you, Kenny, since you didn't know her name first. Like, what do you think this means? Like, what do you think the next 3 months look like for the WNBA, given the commissioner is still currently in place? I've heard rumors of her stepping down, but she's currently in place. A lockout is on the horizon. The referee issue seems to not be going anywhere. Like, what do you anticipate?
I would say I anticipate some bad times coming. Like it's looking like everything is pointing towards that this is going to be a knockdown, drag out fight. Like it seems like the players are really dug in. Fee threw the first punch, knocked her in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Punched her in the mouth and threw the haymaker. So I think that the players are dug in. They already have their own asset as a backup plan in case they do decide to lock them out. So I just think that this was the opening salvo for a 12-round heavyweight match, and I think the players are taking advantage of their popularity, taking advantage of the the visibility that the league has right now, and they're trying to strike. And they're trying to get everything that they could possibly get. Now, I applaud them for that, and I wish them all the best from the NBA, from the WNBA's perspective. I was surprised that I guess Adam Silver and the NBA kind of taking a hands-off approach, but I thought that maybe there might be something from them to kind of to help along this, because they basically left her hanging out there to dry. So I don't know, because they're the parent company.
She's trash.
That's what I'm saying. Like
sometimes you gotta let the trash take out itself, and then you come in and you sweep up.
Yeah, that says a lot. So I just think that that on the league side, that they're not working from a position of strength, and the players are have their leverage, and they're trying to strike a blow. And I don't blame them. And again, I just wish them the best.
So with that, because I agree. You mentioned something, and I think on our last broadcast we talked about the Kawhi situation, and Adam Silver's been relatively quiet on that. I don't know if you saw Kawhi's last interview. I don't know if you call it interview, but press conference.
Media day. Yeah.
Media. There you go. It wasn't the most encouraging. Granted, he's not the most outspoken person. I agree that Kathy, I'll take the player's words. They don't seem built or bought into Kathy. Do we need to start revisiting Adam Silver? Because to your point, I don't love the mid-season tournament. I don't love the ratings allegedly have been down. The NBA negotiated the deal. Apparently, inside NBA, we're not going to have that. He hasn't come to but they're not to December. Like, it's not what it was.
Yeah.
And they took the money. Respect that. Take the money. Contracts are ballooning. Take the money. I understand that. I'm not concerned about the NBA because the NBA is the NBA. But as we kind of transition from the LeBron era, from the Steph era, is there any concern with his ability to lead the NBA and not speaking up for the commissioner of the WNBA? At least a vote of confidence.
I have no concern.
None?
I think the NBA is in a great direction, personally. The only issue people would say is the All-Star game, but for me, I think with the commissioner,
that's another issue.
But I think for me, that's my only quote unquote issue. But for me, I think the commissioner needs to just sit up there and ask the players and let it be known in the media that I asked the players and they chose this. So if it's wrong, now the media can blame the players and not the commissioner. That if he does that, then I'm fine with it, But to me, that's my only issue, and it's a quote unquote issue because it's an All-Star game with the NBA. Other than that, I love where the NBA is going. I love it.
So on
that the apron, in the second apron, I don't like the second apron at all. It's trash, but I love basketball. I love NBA. I think it's going in a great place.
Kenny, I'll let you go, and then I'll give my 2 cents. I will say I disagree, but Kenny, your thoughts?
Wait, I missed that. What was that about?
Is there any concern about Adam Silver and his role to lead?
No.
As well as how that contributes to the NBA.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that there would be concern from Adam Silver's. Yeah, I don't think that there's any concern for him. They just negotiated a massive new TV deal. They got collective bargaining. So I think the things that we have problems with, I think that it's bigger than Adam Silver, because to your point, I think there's got to be more of a collaboration or more of a between the midseason tournament, which I
love the midseason.
I'm
tournament.
okay.
I love the midseason tournament. I love it.
It's a waste.
Why is it a waste?
It does.
Yeah, I'm
what does it do?
The midseason tournament. But I like to play it.
It does $500K in their pocket. It's exciting, but I'd rather watch them at least the mid-season tournament. Okay, they're still playing basketball, but it's just like They were
It's
playing
like being
meaningless
excited
basketball.
for Mayweather versus Tyson. Like
That's fine. I'm going to be excited for it still. Like, what's your issue with the
I'm
midseason?
not excited.
I love the midseason tournament.
It's a gimmick.
It's a tournament.
But
it's a tournament. It didn't fail. I don't think it failed. It's a tournament.
Maybe not
The players,
but
players are coming out. Players are coming out themselves and saying we didn't even care about basketball. Basketball for us doesn't really start until February. Okay, well now give them something to care about. Now give them more reason to care about. Up the money, up the prize pool, up something. But if they made either if you win the tournament, you get this type of benefit. If it'll benefit the players, you'll see more players come out and start caring. But you see teams and players care because when they have the point differential, you'll see a Boston Celtics and a Missoula do things to make sure they cover that. So the players and coaches are caring. The teams are caring. So I care. And I don't think
the fans. I don't think the fans care that much.
But the fans don't know what they care. They don't. The fans don't know.
They
don't know what they like.
Yes, we do.
What do you like? What do you like?
I like basketball. I like competitive basketball, and this midseason tournament with the stupid
don't think it's
floors.
competitive?
So it's not competitive.
I think the Pacers won it, and who else won it? It's been 2 years. Who's the other team?
The Lakers.
Yeah, I thought it was
the Pacers didn't win it. The Lakers won it, and then the Bucks won. They beat the Thunder last year.
What did that translate to? Like, who remembers? Like, what was the significance of it? Like, I don't think it did. So what's the difference? Drive.
So what's wrong with it though? So you'd just rather watch them play in the regular season and say, "Oh, they just played," because you wouldn't even watch that regular season game. But now we know of a midseason tournament.
Like they gave it's titles for like
it's only the second year of it. That was only the second year. Who knows what it's going to look like 8 years down the line when it's year 10.
Pro Bowl of the NFL. It's like, all right, y'all did something.
And when the Pro Bowl first started and it first started going on, people
I'm talking Pro Bowl.
No. It's more competitive than that.
Watch the players talk about the in-season tournament. Watch the players play.
What did they say? No,
but dude, they want. I mean, the Lakers.
They're getting 500,000. 500,000.
They was in there celebrating like it was a real chip. They want to. They
put a 10th and 11th player. For the 10th and 11th player on the roster,
that means something.
Exciting times.
Okay, that means something. LeBron came out and said, "I was doing this for them." My practice
LeBron's a company man. He's going to say the right things. I don't think he cares.
But no, I was saying, But I was saying, I think the collaboration got to be on, getting All-Star Weekend back to where it needs to be, because to me that's the bigger showcase than a midseason tournament. So
maybe that's. Go ahead, Kenny. Sorry.
No. I think that's the bigger. No, I was just saying. I think that's the bigger concern for me. When it comes to Adam Silver, everything else, I think there's nothing really to be concerned about. I think the All-Star Weekend is the one thing that they got to get that back on track. I think that's his only blemish and the only thing that I would say that for me.
There's only and it's one simple fix to the All-Star game and All-Star Weekend. You give the players more time off. If you look at all these commercials and all these things that they're doing, they stopped the game. It was more ads in that game last year than the actual game. Like, what are we doing?
For a reason.
But I'm saying, but
that's I think we talked about this, I think, on the last show. I think that's the encompassing thing with Adam Silver is it's money driven, not customer driven.
And I'm with you on that, and I agree. But if you spread the time out to where you can do all that stuff on a different day, and then when the game comes, it's less ads and actual hoops. But when you pack everything up in a weekend, it makes it terrible. So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But we
All-Star Weekend used to be an event.
Yeah, until everybody wanted to sponsor that event. Everybody wanted to pay to sponsor that event, just like how you said. Now we're getting what we're getting. So my thing is just spread it out.
I agree.
More days and more time off.
Yeah, you make it. I think that's the biggest thing, and Nick nailed it. And I wouldn't say All-Star Weekend. It's the All-Star game.
It's the All-Star game is a gimmick.
Yes,
but I think the players want some more time to rest.
Which is.
They had LiAngelo Ball performing. It's all gimmicks. Like, what do we? It's just it doesn't.
I mean, All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend.
The NBA Finals last year didn't.
It's always been an
No, the
event.
finals
Let's
was
not
amazing.
act
Come
like it
on now.
wasn't
We're
an
not going to
event.
talk about last year finals. Last year finals was pure
I'm talking about the
basketball.
production of the finals. Like there was issues with there wasn't even a trophy on the court. Like I don't think it was amazing. I think it was good. Amazing, I think is a
That was
bit of a
great
stretch.
basketball.
Yeah, I mean, a 7-game series. The only
It's
thing,
great basketball.
that's good. That's always great for the league. It's unfortunate that
I think that was a
Halliburton
highlight.
went down. Yeah,
That was
it was
unfortunate.
that kind of took the.
I don't know. I
Nick
think
is right.
I hear
The
y'all.
weekend is for sponsors. So my thing is make it from a weekend to a week. And let's see when it's game day. Let's see if they play a little bit more because they're not as tired. They're not waking up at 7 a.m. doing all these sponsorship deals, signing all these autographs. They're not doing all these interviews. Give them time throughout the week to get that done. And let's see if the game's a little different. They have a little bit more energy. Then give them some more time on the back end to rest. Because like when I really sit down and think about All-Star Weekend, and yes, I know that's why they get paid the big bucks. Yes, I know that's why they're face of the franchises. But I just carried my team. Now we're getting here, and we may be 6th, 7th in the West, and I'm playing 38, 37 minutes, averaging 28, 29, and 11 man gets 2 weeks of rest, and I get 2 days. Then I got to go back, and like they all say, the season starts after the All-Star break. Now I got to double down and do all this stuff off no rest. So maybe that's why you're seeing guys not go as hard because they're starting to realize, one, man, I'm tired. They already don't condition their bodies like they used to back then.
Wait,
that's why we see more energy.
They got the best sports medicine, health training of ever. People were smoking cigars, cigarettes, and drinking beer back in the day.
And they were playing but they were. But no, I'm not. You're right. It shouldn't be
in a less physical league.
But it is. The numbers don't lie.
That makes it worse, though.
They went from playing averaging good 38, 39 minutes to where sometimes you don't see superstars gassed at 32. They don't even go past 32. You see more injuries now than then. I'm not disagreeing with you. You're right. There's all the answers to the test right now, but you're going to tell me that there's not more injuries in the game today. You're going to tell me that guys play the same amount of minutes now as they did back then. They don't.
I think the body has changed in such a way that there's way more taxing on the body than it used to be. That's my opinion.
With less physicality.
Exactly. Well, it's less physicality.
They jump. They're bigger. They're faster. They're taller. They jump higher. They're landing from higher.
But like you just said, is all this sports medicine, all this science stuff.
So you should be able to combat that between the two. But I just don't know if bodies can sustain what they're doing. And I don't want a shorter season. I'm not saying that.
Let's keep it real now. Are they really jumping that much higher?
No. You just have more guys jumping the same height.
But I think we didn't have Ja Morant and all we had the frequency of
I agree.
It's more.
Agreed.
It's more quantity. But we still had a Michael. It was still a Michael Jeffrey. It was still a David Skywalker Thompson.
Still a Dominique.
All right. I'm not gonna talk bad about the old folks. So
no. I'm just saying we talk about high flyers, Dr. I'm just naming high flyers.
They have 2 of those on every team today.
And
whether we know
agree with you. We're all saying the same thing. We were just naming some of those guys.
But they were jumping just as high.
Fair enough.
So I'll say this. Is trash.
And I agree, and this I'll kind of bring it back full circle because we got off in the NBA. And quick recovery, hopefully, to Nafisha Collier, who was balling all year, and it sucks that she went down when she did. The comments.
Because I just had it just popped in my head. You saw the play where she got hurt?
I did. I was watching the game.
What was your thought
in
terms of the call?
It was clean. It was a regular foul. It wasn't dirty at all.
Yeah, it
wasn't malicious intent.
No. I agree.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. Y'all thoughts on the call itself or the no call?
Playoff basketball. I'm not mad. It's just the way her body. It's just the way the momentum made her body go. It made it look worse. It's hard to explain.
I think it's a microcosm of what we've seen.
It wasn't a malicious.
I think Caitlin.
Oh no, not at all.
I think
not malicious.
I think the injuries we are seeing goes back to her point, which is poor officiating. when there was I think it was this year when Caitlyn got pushed and there was the whole back and forth. I think it was against the Sky.
I loved it.
And I love it, but when you don't officiate it properly, you open yourselves up to this. And I'm not saying that they're lesser or anything like that, but their body types are different. I think they should be refereed a little different. I want to see Caitlyn. I want to see Paige. I want to see the stars play. So yes, I think the NBA had gotten solved. I think in the playoffs it ratchets up a little bit. Not so much in the tournament, but not going to spend too much time there.
Playoffs.
And that's my point. I think there should be, like, even how they travel for a long time was an issue in the WNBA. I think they need to cater more to their stars because I think they're at a precipice where they have an opportunity to really become their own league. Like, they've been their own league, but I think the eyes are there, the desire's there, the one is there. But I didn't watch a lot of WNBA this year because the people I know didn't play.
That's sad.
And
I'm not saying that's sad on your part, but I'm saying you missed a great year of basketball, and I'm not blaming you. This is my issue with the WNBA in general because
I think NCAA basketball is trending in the same direction. Cooper Flag was great, but you need
the
stars
game is
and
trash.
you need your stars to play. And if you're like the Fever were in the semifinals, news-wise, social media-wise, I didn't hear a lot. Like, they lost, I think, in 3 or 5. I can't remember.
They lost in 5 in overtime thriller against the Aces. Man, look, the WNBA is right there, and that's why Kathy
if Caitlin
needs to
Clark's
go.
On the court, it's different.
It's
totally different.
When you mean different,
do
you mean different? The game, the actual game is a different. It's
the
media
eyes
different.
are different.
Okay,
no,
I'm saying that's
no, that's facts.
The consumer
eyes are different.
interest is different,
and that's my issue.
I think
the
that's
W right now. And Cassie,
I agree.
She's doing a poor job in promoting her league.
But pay for what it's worth, and I think the other parts of this for me, and I think a lot of others, Paige and Angels teams suck. Like the team, I think Dallas was like last.
Dallas was last.
They're not good. At some point, you need exciting content, but you need winning and success. And I think Caitlyn right now is the best marriage of that, but then we didn't get to see it this year. Asia Wilson, I think, is probably the pinnacle of that because they are in the finals. She's been an MVP. But just honestly, she has her own signature shoe. I support Asia. I don't think she's the most marketable person. On top of that, she's dating Bam. Like, she should be dating someone a bigger star. She should be on the
We're not going to do that.
I'm trying to explain how marketing works, how eyes work, how interest works. You can be really good, but if the Spurs were boring, then you didn't do that. Have streamers at the game. You need to do something if she's going to be the star, because she's really good. She's amazing. You need to focus on her and pour into her, and I don't think they're doing that well enough.
They don't pour anybody. No. The WNBA.
We agree.
Can I just read this quote? Like, Caitlyn should be grateful she made $16 million off the court because without the platform the WNBA gives her, she would make nothing. Do they not realize that her and Angel Reese came into the WNBA multi-millionaires and superstars, and were more stars than any? I'm not saying better talented, but they were more stars than any other player in the W.
They didn't need her.
They didn't need the WNBA at all.
Not at all.
They could have just
the Big Three offered her what, $10 million or $15 million.
They took a pay cut.
They took a pay cut to go hoop because this is the best professional.
I don't know what y'all make, but I make more than Caitlin Clark, and that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Like, off her WNBA salary, that's insane. Like, I get the NFL and the NBA had to put
DC's not the face. There's no face of the WNBA right now.
He was saying that AJ. He's saying that AJ should be.
Oh no. Well, let me rephrase. Asia,
but you gotta be marketable. You gotta be polarizing. She needs to diss somebody.
No. First of all, I'm gonna be honest. No, she does. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yes,
honest.
she.
Yeah.
I'm trying. That's right. Magic and
If
Bird.
we're being honest,
LeBron.
Oh, you talking about? Okay.
No, her person to me.
You're talking about trying to find
to me,
a rival.
her person was Breonna Stewart. No, and
But
then now wait. But now it's Fee.
That.
But now okay, but personalities now it's Fee though. If you talk about game on the court, her and Fee bump. And Fee, let me just tell you something. Let me just tell you something real quick, Ram. Let me explain to you the W.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Highly skilled.
Fee was supposed to be the MVP this year. They lost last year in the WNBA finals. And another reason why I don't like Kathy, why are you wearing Liberty colors and Liberty and New York attire to the finals? You're just obviously blatantly showing who you want to win.
That's right.
But that's another story. But if you're talking about games, you're supposed to be neutral party. But those two go head to head. Fee was supposed to win MVP, then she got hurt. She was also supposed to win scoring title. She was averaging about 24, 25, and then got hurt. And who came along and just kept winning? A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson and Fee are the two best players in the WNBA.
With that winning streak they had.
Yeah, the winning streak, and she was hooping. They are the two best players. And we talk about personalities, and I understand you need to be marketable. But you talking about talent-wise, first of all, A'ja has the personality. She just doesn't have the coverage. No. A'ja has the
personality. That other part of who she needs to date. Like
I'm not. Yeah, she's dating a pro. She's dating an all-star. She's dating an Olympian. And at the end of the day, I'm not about to tell nobody who they should date. Let's get that out the way. She's dating an Olympian.
But I'm trying to sell tickets.
The most marketable person and who's going to be the face of the WNBA is going to be Angel Reese. It's not Caitlin Clark. You talk about person. Yo, why isn't it? Why isn't it?
She's not.
She's not what? She's not good. Do you watch
Me Bounds? Are you talking about Me Bounds?
And I won. We talk about salaries, and I just made more than my salary off that. Do you watch the WNBA?
Great.
But do you watch?
People are not going to tune in to watch Angel Reese play basketball.
Watching her put up triple doubles in her second year, just like Caitlin Clark.
She's not. She's not Russell Westbrook.
Why? Do y'all don't watch the WNBA?
She's getting 12. She's getting 12 and 17.
No. Oh my God.
On 30% shooting.
I don't know what y'all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't watch it, and that's the issue. Y'all not watching it.
What are her averages?
She's a very good player. But her skill.
She's very good at what she does. She's a very good player.
I think
she averaged 14 and 12 this year.
No.
14 and 12 is blah.
Those are solid numbers. But I think
solid.
Talk about
that's not the face of
the league. For your second year, 26, 16, and 7 isn't a great stat line.
No, that's
26,
really good.
16, and 7 in a win. 26, 16, and 7 isn't a great stat line.
You're talking about
in her second year.
She's got to improve her skill set. She's got to improve her skills.
And she loses all the time.
So wait. So we all just agree her team is trash. Just like Paige was putting up great numbers and her team is trash. So we're not about to act like Angel Reese is the reason. But for y'all to say her skill is here.
The face of the league can't win 8 games a year.
She's not at the skill level of Fee, A'ja, or
in the next 10 years, the face of the league will be Angel Reese.
She ain't CC's skill level.
In the next 10 years, because you talk about marketable, who's more marketable than her? Who's more marketable? Who has more sponsors than her? Who's on social media? Who's on everybody's everybody's feed? Who is capturing the world right now more than her?
Chris, if it was based
nobody's
on
capturing the world more than like her.
If we're basing it on personality and likability in terms of
it's not close.
In terms of charisma, then I get you. But if we're talking skill set and productivity on the court, that's where it lacks for her. She's got to get better.
But she already is the best at something in the league in her second year. She already
rebounds. We don't care about rebounds.
Oh my! Let me right. If you watch the WNBA, don't look at
you said she's the best. What is she the best at?
Dennis Rodman
she's the best.
Dennis Rodman became the best.
And Dennis Rodman was never going to be the face of the league or a team.
Ray. Just listen, Ray. Just listen.
Rebounds don't correlate to face of anything. Is my point.
Just listen.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
She's the best. She came in the league the best rebounder. If you watched her game, she went from more than taking layups this year to taking jumpers to taking threes. She also became a point forward this year.
That's the next evolution.
She was running the offense when the point guard, their point guard got hurt the first 10 games. She was running the offense. It was going through her. I'm telling you, watch her game in the next 5 to 6 years. You're just looking at stats. You're just looking at stats. You're not watching
That's
the game.
not true.
Have you watched?
Year.
Have you watched more than 5 games this year? Of Angel Reese full game. You watched more than 5.
How many did she play? Did she play more than 15?
Yes.
She didn't play a lot. She missed a lot of the season.
But did you watch 5 full games, Angel Reese?
Mostly the second half of the season. She played most of the
I'm trying to pull it. In her career.
Yeah, you don't watch
she's
the
played
W.
64 games.
It's not your fault. It's Kathy's fault why you're not watching the W.
It's not Kathy's fault. I watch stars and I want to be entertained. Angel Reese's game is not entertaining to me. It's not. Caitlin Clark, Paige, Asia are entertaining.
Was Tim Duncan game entertaining to you?
No, it was. The Spurs are a great example. Broccoli, boring. Small market, boring. I wanted to see the Warriors. I wanted to see the Lakers. I wanted to see the Suns. I wanted to see the Kings back then.
I get it, Ray. I get it. You're the casual fan. You're not the real fan. You just want to tune in.
They need me. That's my point. They need.
No, I agree with you. They need you. I
got a question though.
But we're not going to. You can still big up. Oh, go ahead, Kenny.
Because you made a great point about Tim Duncan. Well, blowing, blah, whatever the case may be. When Tim was doing his thing, was he not one of the faces of the NBA?
No, nobody was.
Oh my God!
Nobody was spending money to say, "Hey, when Tim Duncan comes to town, I want to go see him play."
No, Ray, I get what you're saying. No, Ray, but people,
he was still one of the faces.
We're paying money to watch Angel Reese. I was looking at ticket prices. Them Sky prices versus when the team played the Mercury was very different. I'm just saying that's a fact. That is a fact. And if we want to be honest,
we're talking.
My hot take is,
I'm not saying she's not a star.
We talking about Caitlin Clark.
I'm judging her on
we about to bypass
the
Caitlin Clark.
league.
So we about to bypass.
They moved the fever games away. We saw the fever in the regular season what their ratings were with Caitlin Clark. 100%. Show me what the ratings were in the playoffs without Caitlin Clark. It was. Come on now.
My one watch is still there.
There was reports that the ratings did go down.
So that's not the media's fault because it's been great basketball.
No, it's not the media. If the media kept covering
if the media was covering A'ja Wilson and what she's doing in the playoffs, if they was covering Fee and what she was doing in the playoffs, they was covering Alyssa Thomas and what they were doing in the playoffs, it wouldn't be a drop off. But you wouldn't cover
because it's not entertaining. The same
35
way.
35 in a closeout game, not entertaining.
Yeah,
pure buckets. That's not entertaining. 35 in a closeout overtime.
People put up empty numbers every night in the NBA. We want to see the stars.
All Caitlin Clark numbers is empty. All Caitlin Clark numbers is empty. Give me Paige. Give me Paige. All
right, you can have it. I'm trying to tell you, as you've deemed me, casual listener.
I get what you're saying.
Wanting to listen to the casual listener.
I understand.
It ain't just
you make your money from the casual fan.
Probably more of a follower than the casual person, and I'm telling you, there is a deficit in their ability to market their stars. The stars that they have. They are failing at marketing them, and part of it is on them. Angel Reese, a big reason why Angel Reese is not because of what she does on the court. It's a bunch of stuff she does. She had her podcast. She's had stars on her podcast. She's at Fashion Week. She partnered with Shaq and Reebok. You have to take control of that. A'ja Wilson has the Nike shoe, and I like the shoe. I do like the shoe.
The shoe is hard.
The shoe is hard. There's a lot of good colorways of it. Yeah. They are still not maximizing that, and part of that is on A'ja Wilson.
So when I said you named all those great things about Reese and why I said she's going to be the next face, I'm just saying.
I'm not saying
going to be the next.
She checks all the boxes. It's just
all the boxes.
On the space of the league. When you face of the league, you got to be.
And my thing is, if you had an actual
league,
but the commissioner's trash. If you was a great commissioner, you could sell water to a fish. So the commissioner's trash.
That's not true.
Their commissioner's trash.
I disagree with that totally. Show me who's done that. Trash, the NFL puts out a great product. And there's a reason why. College basketball used to be when you put out a bad product, boxing had a run.
They market them too.
If you don't put out
you don't just see them on Sunday. If you don't
put out a good product, people are going to find something else to watch. There's streamers now you're competing with. There's so many other things trying to take consumers' eyes. What are you doing to differentiate yourself?
And can I tell you what those leagues are doing?
Floyd Mayweather was Mayweather for a reason. Crawford and Canelo are Canelo for a reason. You have to do something to force people to want to watch, win or lose.
So that's not on the commissioner.
Well, let's keep it real though.
Because the commissioner in those leagues in NBA and NFL, you just name streamers.
If Canelo lost more than he won, we wouldn't care. If Crawford lost more than he won, we wouldn't care. Reese loses and if she was putting up 30 and 7, you gave me the double doubles. If she was averaging 27 and 6, I think she'd be the league would be in a better spot. Them double doubles it's a joke. People talk about Angel Reese's basketball game, casual people, not the savants of the game. Most people talk about Angel Reese's basketball game as a joke because she misses in the bricks and the rebounds and the offensive rebounds. That's not going to make you the face of the league. People are not going to pay to watch and see that. Long term, we'll see when she played Caitlin Clark. We'll see when she matched up with Juju. We'll see when she matched up with Nafisha. But to take this league to the next level, she got to be more efficient. She got to dunk or shoot threes at a much higher clip. Dunking's probably not coming. If she's going to be the face, her game has to change. That game does not translate. It's boring. It's Shakur Stevenson. He's really good, but he's boring.
Are you blaming the players and why the WNBA isn't where it should be? That's what
they play a role for sure.
So
the same way we give them credit when CeCe came in, when Paige came in, when Juju came in, when the rivalry between Caitlin, they drove that. So they have a responsibility too.
And then whose job is it to pick it up and keep it going? Because you just named, I heard you named all these teams they're competing with, and all those other leagues you named, the NBA and the NFL, you know what they did? Instead of competing, they brought them in. Now they collaborate with those streamers. That's great marketing.
Kai Cenat just had Mafia-thon 3 for those of you who don't know. How many WNBA players was on there?
And how many NBA players were on there?
The NBA is established. You can't compare the two.
But they're established and they're still reaching out to these other platforms and trying to bring in the audience.
And the WNBA, to your point, failed.
So why aren't they doing that? I
think it's a failure.
And that's on the commissioner.
They dropped the ball.
The commissioner
was on there doing a freestyle because he's trying to build his audience. Kevin Hart and Drewski. Bring Drewski in. He's hilarious.
Plays a part. You can't.
I agree.
That's not on the players to bring in Drewski. I don't make the business decisions in this.
But the commissioner does.
No, they cannot.
They can. Yes, they can. The same way LeBron brought Drake on whatever his TV show, what is this podcast he was doing?
You just named all the famous people Angel Reese brought on her podcast. All she do is bring famous people on there.
And I agree with that.
See the WNBA players.
It needs to be a partnership.
The stud buds are trying. They had TikTok and social media on a whirlwind during the
All-Star. Was it the All-Star weekend? That was great.
And
they dropped the ball after that.
And why didn't the league pick it up?
I agree. We
are in agreement. The league is a marketing machine. You're supposed to be a marketing machine. I didn't go to school to be a marketing machine. I didn't go to school marketing. That's not my profession. So if you see me and you see this value that I bring, your job is supposed to bring me along and take me to the moon. That's what the NBA does. That's what the NFL does. So why isn't the WNBA doing that?
Which is why I was asking about Adam Silver.
With this, who's the bigger problem?
The commissioner.
No, Kathy. The commissioner is the bigger problem.
We're all on the same page. You don't need to keep going back and forth on this. That's the issue.
But I think the individuals, and we really got off on Angel Reese, and I don't really think she's the problem. I think she's maximizing to the most.
Angel Reese gonna be. I
think Collier. After that press conference, I know Collier's hurt. Collier has a voice. She said what she said. She needs, and I believe the WNBA in itself, maybe it would be cutting your nose to spite your face. They need to lean into that. That was a moment where everybody was talking about your league. Fire Kathy. They need to embrace the drama. That was my point when I was talking about Asia, who she dates. You need something more. That was a watershed moment. What are they going to do with that? Do something with it. Whether it be skits.
It's bad too, though.
It is, but there's no such. It goes back to the thing: is there anything such thing as bad press?
No, not the press, not the press. I'm talking about the issue. Like they're going to go into a lockout.
Yeah, fix the refereeing.
That's terrible at the same time because now you have all this momentum. You're now going to a lockout. Now you have young stars. You had young stars that would have went into the draft last year, but didn't because the situation in the business isn't taken care of.
So that goes back to your question. You said who's more at fault? From what the last report I read, the WNBA, they said they were offering them 4 times the salary. Don't get so greedy that you blow it. It's sometimes you got to take shorts. You got to take incremental gains.
But not if you got leverage.
They have all the leverage. They have all the leverage.
They don't.
Why don't they?
I disagree with that.
They got their own.
They have two.
They're making more money.
Own leagues. They have
They already have another entity that they could play in if they get locked out. So they got the leverage.
And the unrivaled is great. It's 3-on-3. There's a whole lot of WNBA. There are a whole lot of WNBA players that will be unemployed.
Big network,
there's another league though. I can't think of the name, but there's another league. I'm gonna tell you this though. They're gonna go into this lockout. The owners don't want this lockout. The owner, if they offer them 4 times, I bet you they can pay them 8. That's why they said no. Because you offer me 4, and you know our trajectory right now. It's not like this. It's like this. We're skyrocketing to the moon. If you offer me 4, I know you can
get
8.
Greedy and you're gonna blow it. I had a conversation. I was at a lounge the other night. I was at the lounge the other night with my boy, and he was gambling, and he had a parlay. Chris, you can speak to this. He put $10 in. He could have cashed out for $1,700, or he could have held out. And thank you for saying that. Or he could have held on and got. I think could have made like $5 or $6 grand. He held out and he lost all of it. The WNBA is in a position.
Let me tell you why that's their problem. Because he didn't double down. You're supposed to double down. That's what the players did when they didn't take that 4. They doubled down because they know they can get 8. Okay. If your boy should have doubled down. That's what they did. And when
you double down, bringing it full circle, and then we can move on from basketball. You're going to end up like the NBA, and I think the NBA is. Y'all said it's in a great spot. I think the NBA is in a very dangerous spot with the way that they are cutting out the consumers. What Adam Silver said about people, well, it's a highlight league. When you say idiotic stuff like that,
but it is though.
That's a problem. That's
the world. But no, that's the world.
That's not a league problem.
You need the consumer. When you piss on your consumer, they will find something else to do with their time.
They're doing it on themselves. It's a short attention span world right now. These kids right now can't watch nothing more than a minute.
Highlights. They not watching.
All they do is the young NBA players themselves came out and said they watch highlights.
So
this new generation.
If I'm an advertiser,
they love TikTok.
If I'm an advertiser, do I want? Am I paying top dollar for a highlight league?
Yes, you're paying top dollar.
You're not going to see it
on TikTok.
You're not going to see.
Look at them TikTok numbers. That's where all I'm telling you. I got a 13-year-old cousin. I love 12-year-old cousin. He's been on TikTok for years. These kids love TikTok. They love TikTok. They love IG Reels. That's why.
At the end of the day, you need a solid product. Roger Goodell would never say we're a highlight league. That is idiotic. That is idiotic to a game that's 48 minutes, that's 82 games a year plus the playoffs. You are excluding the majority of your audience by chasing money. Okay.
But it's a reality.
I do not think it is.
The NFL is not chasing money. Well, they're
doing it a different way. They are doing it a different
all these
way.
TV streaming things, you gotta have 7 different apps to watch the ball game, man. That's chasing the money.
Absolutely.
Tap in, Nick. I'm the parlay man. I could send you what I made off the W last night real quick before we stop talking about the W. Everybody watched everybody watched the finals. Everybody watched the WNBA finals tomorrow. Game 1 was a thriller, 89-86. It was an amazing game. Went down to the wire. Let me read to you the stats real quick before we move.
And who's talking
I'm
about
telling
it?
you, if you watched the nobody.
That's my point.
But that's more.
That's a problem.
But that's more of
the
timing of the year that you're in, because you're going up.
No.
NFL.
This is the best time. The NFL wasn't on last night.
No, it's the best time. It's the best. No, real quick though. The
NFL wasn't on last night. NBA's not on. Baseball is just getting kicked off. There was no reason for that not to lead. We're talking more about Shedeur Sanders miming than we are the WNBA finals on mainstream TV. That's a problem.
But can I tell? And you're going to agree with me.
But the game was Friday night. We're talking about now. You're talking about
no. But he's right. He's right though. He's right though. But he is right. On Friday, this game was not hyped up to what it should have been. There was nothing important on TV.
Oh no, I give you that. But I'm just saying the reaction to it. Are you expecting some big coverage of it on Saturday?
Yes, because yes, because to Ray's point,
I bet if Caitlin Clark was playing,
thank you. That's what I was going to say. And the sad reality. No, Kenny. I'm telling you, Kenny. I'm telling you,
over college football on Saturday.
I'm telling you,
no way,
Kenny. I'm not telling you it's getting over college football on Saturday. What I'm telling you is that on Thursday and on Friday, this would have had coverage. That is a sad reality. I'm not saying it would have been. It's not talking about Saturday. That's fine. But I'm telling you, it got 25% of the coverage it would have gotten Thursday, Friday, and on Sunday. And I bet you if Caitlin Clark, it would have got 150% of the coverage what it should have beginning. And that's the sad reality. I'm telling you,
just like the reaction to.
But I'm not. When you talking about, but you're talking about segments. I'm talking about the WA and themselves posted. I'm talking about ESPN.
I'm talking about on shows. That's what I'm saying.
But they can
talking about people.
I'm
talking about the me and yous of the world.
It's the weekend. I'm talking about.
I'm in sports group chat.
I'm with you, Ray. I'm not.
We're talking more about Mark Sanchez getting stabbed in the WNBA game.
I'm not talking about TV shows. I'm talking about all these entities I'm talking about ESPN themselves will be posting this game, will be posting the finals 1,000 times more than what they're doing if Caitlin Clark was playing. That's what I'm talking about.
100%.
That's a fact. That's what I'm saying. You're tripping.
I don't know.
They can sell Caitlin Clark.
They're not gonna sell her over
on a Friday. Who played Friday, Kenny? Nobody played Friday.
But you got Friday. Everybody's picking games. Everybody's talking about making their predictions for games for the weekend
on Friday.
So are you of the mind that the WNBA is just not going to be a thing? Because if you can't get it popping now, when can you get if you can't get it popping now? When you gonna get it popping?
We're talking about a social, but we just talked about
because they're not going to talk about it on Sunday.
We talked about a short attention span highlight league of the NBA. And what do? They always post. ESPN always post. I bet you if Caitlin Clark, ESPN would be posting the finals. You're talking about TV. I'm not talking about TV. I'm talking about where the consumer is. The consumer's on their phone. The consumer's on their phone. You don't see the WNBA on your phone, but if Caitlin Clark was playing, the WNBA would be on your phone. That's a fact.
If I'm about to look at the ESPN app right now. You're telling me that there's my highlights of the WNBA of the game from last night.
When I go to this is what I don't know if you can see. This is the front page. I'm showing you. This is the front page of the ESPN app. When I scroll down, look at the top headlines.
I see, but I don't see. Look,
what headlines are WNBA?
I don't see WNBA finals. I see Collier cancels meeting. But I
see Philadelphia Union clinches MLS
finals. We're talking about the finals. We're talking about the finals of a league.
That's my point.
And that goes back to my point. That Collier interview was a moment. They need to maximize that moment. I don't care nothing about Kathy's feelings.
You know what they need to do? All the players on the Mercury and the Aces need to come together and wear a shirt saying a quote that Fee said. That's how you capture.
I agree with that.
Just like when the Clippers and the Warriors.
Well, they started
like when the Clippers and the Warriors walked out.
They started that All-Star weekend with the.
You talked about a 12-round fight earlier. The All-Star weekend was a jab.
Mm-hmm.
Collier threw another jab. Now the Aces and the Mercury need to throw the knockout punch and wear a shirt that says the same message to Kathy and to the fans, and they both need to wear it.
Virality is
I
important
think
in
that's
today's
a
world.
great idea.
They need another viral moment to capitalize off the one they just had. They have a great opportunity. Like, this wasn't a great college football weekend. Like, I'm watching it, but there wasn't no huge matchups per se. There's no real reason that the WNBA shouldn't be talked about right now. It was a great game. I was watching it where I was at last night. It's just they are missing it. And if they had, you don't even need to pay a Kai Cenat because he's the top of the top. There are other. You could be cooking with Kai, and I know I'm probably saying names that maybe y'all don't know. There are other streamers. There are other people
the female
that you should be incorporating.
Right now.
They should have them sitting courtside at the game. I think the game was in Vegas, right?
The female rappers, the female entertainers. I'm with you, right? You didn't butcher anything. The female, go after your target audience. Man,
like, this is a time and a moment, and they're blowing it. And this, to y'all point, and then we spent way more time on WNBA than I was expecting. But this, I agree, is the Kathy issue.
I hope y'all watch the highlights. We talking about it in the finals next time we on the show. Watch the game, watch the highlights. Be well versed. It's good ball. It's good ball.
Like, I've been watching college football all day. You know how many WNBA advertisements I've seen?
None.
But
that's a failure, to your point, and really to all of our point, on the league.
It's the league.
Spend the money, buy the ad space while people are watching, and they're failing miserably for a product that I believe I haven't always been the biggest fan of the WNBA product. It is a better product.
It's popping. I'm telling you, like, on the court, and that's my issue right now, because I don't understand, as a commissioner, what are you doing to help the product you're in charge of succeed? I see, even though you may disagree with some of the stuff Adam Silver does, but he's trying. Roger Goodell, they're trying. We can disagree, but they're trying. They're making an attempt.
I ain't a fan of Roger, but Roger be hitting it out the park, man.
And I've never, but look, he's swinging. Kathy don't even swing. She don't.
And he's doing it this year, and they ain't even talking about the number one pick.
And like, it's simple things. It's simple things that a commissioner should do on how to take care of your players, at least a little bit, how to schedule games better. Like, it's times where there's nothing else on TV but the WNBA, and all the games are playing at the same time. I'm looking at what baseball did. You got a game at 2, a 5, a 6:30, and 8. And the W. And for example, if it was 4 games on the W, it'll be a 2, 3:30, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Why? It's just simple things that she does that I'm not a fan of, that I disagree with. That I'm not saying there's going to be $100 million, $100 billion league right away, but I'm saying you don't always got to go for the pie. I love saying you can make a couple slices into the pie, but she's not even getting slices. She's not even getting crumbs. This league it's on its way, and it could be so amazing right now. And she's the only thing that's anchoring it, holding it back. The only thing.
That's what we disagree.
And to your point, Nick, they're making more teams. They have expansion franchises.
They got more teams coming in. They got 2 more coming in.
They got 2 more. Philly's going to be in 2030, and I've been a bandwagon fan for the past 4 years. My team right now I picked in March was the Mercury. Hopefully they still win the finals. But to your point, they're bringing in more teams. But you're bringing in more teams with bad leadership. How is that going to go?
Yeah,
that's my issue.
You got to fix the leadership.
I saw that they can't even bring in the 2 new teams until they have the new collective bargaining agreement.
Exactly.
So it could get
Which
really
is my
bad.
point. I don't think this is the time to get greedy. I know they want their money. They deserve their money. I think.
But you got to strike while the iron is hot, right?
But sometimes live in America.
But sometimes,
and I don't want to be this guy, but we also got to be realistic.
Get what you negotiate.
This is a women's league. You need, for what I can tell, women are not going to make the league successful. It's been around for 20 years. You need men to support the league.
But that's you just said
it's
20
not,
years is not a long.
But the value of the teams has increased exponentially.
Tap in.
I agree. And that's in every sport.
But that means that there's more money available too, because the teams are worth more. Then that means you have more money that you can pay. You already
And
said that
a
they already
4x pay raise is a good pay raise.
It
in
is,
any field,
but
4
you're
times
telling on
X.
yourself.
If I made 4 times more than I make now, my life changes.
Hold on, but Ray, correct me if I'm wrong. They offer you 4, you ask for 8, but then y'all meet together for 6. Is that not better than 4? How do we know that's not a tactic? They
How
offer
long
you.
how long does it take me to get 6?
But there's also, I bet, there's more than money. There's also some things they want to
negotiate. The fact that they
negotiate.
started at 4 tells you that they got way more
they got
room
way
in
more
which to negotiate.
No,
Okay.
I'm with you.
So you can't take that 4. That's for sure.
You can't right away. You don't take the first off. You never take the first off.
Yeah, you can't take the 4.
Never.
That means you got way
They have all the
more.
leverage. They really.
Yeah,
I'm being like,
mind,
what? They have all the leverage.
Franchises are a valuation, and I get that. The numbers are up. Realistically, how much money did the WNBA make? Because they've lost money every year.
But I saw something. It's something janky with that, and I got to do a deep dive before I speak onto it because there's some misleading things that's going into.
So if you're not say they made double. They, from what I understand, they've always lost money. They offset it. It's a tax loss. You can write it off as the NBA. So the NBA ain't really tripping because we can write it off as bad debt. I just think you are overreacting to a situation that you run the risk of alienating the casual fan. They're going to come off as, we already think men are greedy and entitled. We live in a misogynist country. These women saying they can't 4 times as much.
But it's more than the money though. It's more than the money. The money is just, but you just hear the money.
That's the biggest part.
No, it's more than
talk
the
again.
Money, though. It's their scheduling. I'm with you. The money plays a big part into it. But if you hear some of the things that they talk more about the money. Once you hear money,
you think the average guy in the barbershop is caring about all that extra stuff you're talking about?
No,
that's my point. So you are running the risk of y'all keep saying strike while the iron's hot. Sometimes people take it all the time. Prove it deals. Y'all had this terrible deal. This is a better deal with the unrivaled competition that exists. It's not 4 times a 400% raise is not bad.
We're proving it right now, but
in what world is a 400% raise bad?
Me personally, I look at people. If you're not greedy and want more, because in your line of work, if you don't want to be paid the best and the highest of what you think you're capable of being paid, then I'd rather you be that. I'd rather you say I want more. I feel like I deserve more. They say, okay, yeah, that's fine. I deserve that. That's me. That's me. That show me you care about yourself.
And you get when you negotiate. So, and it's early on. This is the biggest thing for me. It's early on in the negotiation, and you've already started at 4 times. Not to report this out that it's 4 times. You're already telling on yourself. That's letting you know if early in negotiations you're telling me that you could pay me 4 times as much.
I wonder how it's going to be in April,
right?
When the season starts in May. I wonder how much. Excuse me, you're going to want to pay me in April.
So I think we're just getting started. I think
because the players make the league. The players make the league because
that we do agree on.
If they had 100,000 fans, I know it's more than I'm just saying the even number.
Yeah.
85% of them came, or 85,000 came with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That means the fans are following the players. The players have all the leverage, and not the league.
But they're going
to not the NFL. They're new right now. They're new, so you got an NFL to where the league makes the league. The NBA, the league more than the NFL. But you get my point. The league is the league. They're established. You got it. It's growing pains. This is a growing pain. In 10, 15 years, we're going to look back at this as a pivotal moment.
Oh, for sure. But to Ray's point, they're going to have to.
It's a battle.
Have to decide what the number is that they're going to say that is the minimum that's going to get them to sign on the dotted line. If it's not 4, if it's not 6, if it's not 8, whatever, they're going to have to definitely come to, because the league is only going to go but so far. They're going to give, if they start at 4, they probably can go to 5, maybe 6. They're not going to jump from 4 to 8. You know what I'm saying? So the players.
If you're the and I know we keep saying we're gonna wrap this up. If I'm the WNBA, say we go to 8-time raise, am I still allow y'all to play in Unrivaled?
What you mean? You can't stop me from playing Unrivaled?
Yeah, that's off season.
They were that's all season
and
for one.
That's my issue. I'm gonna fool around and pay y'all 8 times as much. You go get hurt in Unrivaled, so now my product is bad. Or you missed the entire season because you was hurt, and then you go play over there. I'm not going for that.
How long have they been asking for? What's the difference between pro-ams and these NBA players playing the pro-ams?
And they was playing overseas.
The money comes to the WNBA.
And they were playing
the eyes
overseas.
on the WNBA.
They were playing overseas doing the.
And I think all of that goes away. The NBA's done that. Where
the WNBA never had a problem.
They didn't have a problem because we wasn't paying y'all nothing. Now we're invested. When we start talking potentially
$1 million, or do you see it could be money to be made? Are you invested, or you see it could be money to be made? Because
I am protecting my interest. Go play over there if you want to. You ain't getting my money too.
Sure, I don't know.
Because
if that was the case, then they wouldn't have been able to start the league in the first place.
Because I'll tell you what some of these owners want to do. I'm gonna tell you what some of these owners want to do. They want to get this CBA. They want to get out of it. They don't want to lock out. They want to get it done. They want to make this.
Most of these owners aren't making a bunch of money off the league anyway.
They want to get these expansion teams,
but that's why they're willing to spend. That's why the Aces owner. That's why Mark Davis was willing to spend any type of money. The WNBA capped him off. He wanted to do private jets and all these fancy arenas and these practice things. The WNBA capped that. These owners don't have a problem because, like you said, compared to the NFL, the NBA, they're not spending as much money right now because of how the WNBA is how it's scheduled. How it's put together, the shortened season from May to October. So you don't have to spend as much. You're not doing as much. They was willing to put the money behind the product. They were getting handcuffed to do it.
It's going to be an interesting next few months. That's for sure.
I hope the players get out. I hope the players.
Get your bag. Get your bag.
I just want the eyes. Like it's. They don't even push their own product. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
I think that's going to be part of
opportunities.
That's got to be part of the negotiation too of the CBA.
You're asking.
They have to.
And if I'm the WNBA, it sounds like y'all are asking for us to spend a bunch of money.
No, but it's not even.
Y'all want us to spend a bunch of money. You was talking about advertisements. To push the league will cost money.
But it's simple stuff. Like how much money does it cost to constantly post on social media? Because that's what the NBA does. That's what the NFL does. They post it on theirs. It gets posted to ESPN. That house. How much money does it really cost to keep just having it on? Like I'm telling you, these kids are like this. They're like this all day long.
And
how much money does it cost?
A lot of other people. I think it costs a lot of money. I think it's gonna cost a lot of money. But we will see. We'll keep it moving. Spirited discussion on WNBA. I love it. NFL. We are about a quarter of the way through the year. We're going into week 5.
Week five.
So about a quarter of the year, give or take, because it's 17 weeks. And it's been an interesting year. Some teams are better than we thought. There's been a number of rather key injuries. Baltimore is struggling. Shout out to my man Dev. I actually heard his name in the intro. I might got to revisit that at some point, but not that important. But yeah, it's been injuries. As a Commanders fan, Jaden's missed 2 games. CD's out. There's been a number of rather big injuries. So from a contender, we coming off the Giants beating the Chargers, blew my parlay. Thanks, Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. Losers. Should have known better than to bet on the Chargers, but I should have known. Last year they did it to me. Pause. But with that being said, we got a list of teams. I'm just going to read them off and let me know what y'all think of. Are they real or are they fake? The first team we have are the Green Bay Packers. They've looked great destroying Detroit, and then they didn't look so great. I think they lost to Cleveland. If I'm not Cleveland. Who did?
Yep.
Was it Cleveland?
No, they lost to Cleveland. They lost to Cleveland.
And
Yeah.
beat Washington.
Mm-hmm. And they tied with Dallas.
Yeah. So Green Bay, what are we thinking? I think going into here, I forget. We should have wrote down who we picked. I know I didn't pick the Packers to win that division. But Green Bay, are they a Super Bowl contender, a playoff team? Okay, I know I didn't pick them.
To me, they're a playoff. I'm gonna go. They're a playoff team. No, I was just gonna say they're a playoff team. I'm not ready to make them a Super Bowl contender just yet because, again, it's the consistency. Like that's the thing that's keeping them from getting to Super Bowl contender for me is the consistency thing. Because if it's like a different team each week, especially these last 2 weeks. Like they started off as gangbusters, and then like these last couple of weeks, we've kind of seen them kind of just go from like on a roller coaster. So I think until they find that consistency, then they're just a playoff contender for me.
Go ahead, Chris, and then I'll ask a question.
I have to agree, and they're their own worst nightmare. They're their own worst enemy, because if you look at this team on paper, if you look at their highest of highs, I mean, they're a really good team. When they're fully healthy on offense, which is another issue they really have, they're always getting banged up at the receiver position. Christian Watson towards ACL, that was huge for them. You have Reed that goes down, that was also huge for them. The only good thing they have on their side is depth. But they have a lot of, number 2 guys as a receiver. They still need a true number 1, in my opinion. That defense, their scheme needs to be better. They might not have the players that pop out on you, but if you have a good, defensive coordinator, you have a good coaching staff, you can create a scheme to where your defense look amazing. And to me, that defense is inconsistent. The offense is inconsistent. They don't know if they're a passing team or running team. So I'm with Kenny. I mean, the only issue for me is their inconsistencies, but I think when they're at their best, they can beat anybody. So I think they're a contender, in my opinion.
Playoff Super Bowl.
I'm going bowl. I mean, when I look at the NFC, When I look at the NFC, to me it's the Eagles, Rams, then Packers.
The Rams? Did you watch the Rams? Just lose to the 49ers with Mac Jones and 8 backups?
That's a divisional game. And I'm sorry, that's a head coach.
I think you lost at home to Mac Jones.
We talking about regular season though. I'm talking about
they had Kendrick Bourne looking like Terrell Owens and Jerry Rice.
I'm telling you, to me in the playoffs, and I forgot about the Lions. The Lions are also in that top 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
But to me in the Lions though, I mean to me in the playoffs, I look at quarterback and head coach. That defeats a lot. I can cut a lot of teams off. If your quarterback isn't elite, your coach isn't elite. They have an elite quarterback.
I don't think they have
an elite coach. Matthew Stafford's better than me.
Elite? Are you talking about the Rams or the Packers?
I'm talking about the Rams. When I use all the Rams, when they're going to the playoffs, I look at me. That's why I said last year. I said it last year. The Rams scare me more than any NFC team because they have a coach and a quarterback that has done it before. And we have a coach and a quarterback that has done it before. They can find a way to do it again. They scare me more than a lot of teams. And this is from an Eagles fan. I'm non-biased. I'm being honest. You can do that. In the playoffs, they scare me more than a lot of these teams. A lot of these teams are regular season flukies.
I was gonna say they played the Eagles the toughest out of.
And I said it. And I said they would.
And they almost beat them. They almost beat them a couple weeks ago.
And this is coming from
6.
That's fine. I'm talking about the playoffs. But I'm talking about the playoffs.
The Eagles have played everybody close.
I'm talking about the playoffs. I don't care about we're talking about playoffs. Are they real or are they fake? I'm saying the Packers are real, but to the Rams, they're real too.
I don't see it. I'm not concerned by either of those teams. I think Green Bay, they're cool. They're the second best team in their division. We'll give them that. I still have the Eagles above them. I got Tampa above them. I'm trying to think.
I'm not sure about Tampa. Okay.
What?
I'm not sure if I'll put Tampa above.
I got San Fran ahead of them, and San Fran is running out there with nobody, and they're still.
I'm definitely
coach. You want to talk about coaching?
That's
Kyle
a
Shanahan.
Easiest schedule. But that's what I just said about them being the Rams. I literally just said, you talk about coach, it's the regular season. That's a divisional
What do you mean
game
the
with
easiest
different head
schedule? The Seahawks are a solid team. San Fran beat
No,
them.
I'm saying San Fran, like I looked at they have an easy schedule ahead of them. That's all I'm saying. They got the easiest schedule.
Oh, you're saying going forward.
I mean,
And
in
then they
general,
go
they
at-
still had. If you looked at the beginning of the year, you looked at I'm talking about in the beginning of the year where teams said, "Oh, the Niners, oh, they can do this."
No, for
They
sure.
on paper had the easiest schedule. The Saints, nobody expecting them to be nothing. The Cardinals is trash. They lost to the Jags. That was a game you're looking at.
Y'all know I be talking mad trash about the Cardinals and James Conner and Trey McBride. Trey Benson
trash.
being out.
Cardinals trash.
No, they just had a.
Brother, are they a playoff team? Are they a playoff team? Do you think
they
could get a win?
Different division,
do you think they could? Do you think they could get a win in the playoffs?
Depends on who they play.
They're trash. If you're not confident,
they lost to the 49ers by 1. They lost to the Seahawks by 3.
If you're not confident, if you're not confident in a team getting a win in the playoffs, they're trash. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm only confident in like 2-3 teams, so everybody's trash.
That's the case. Because we're only gonna be 4 winners.
Yeah, no, I don't subscribe to that ideology. I think Arizona is decent. Y'all can clip this up if you want. They're better than I thought they would be. Thank God Marvin Harris.
They're 2-2. I'm like
there's a lot of 2-2 teams. We're one of them. We being Washington.
Trash.
What are the Chiefs?
Well, I don't know. I'm 4-0. I don't care about nobody. I'm 4-0.
No, ain't nobody worried about you. Well, that's not true. But
I'm 4-0.
So is Buffalo. Yeah, Kansas City's 2-2. Denver's 2-2. Like I think those are good teams. Jacksonville and Indy at 3-1. I don't think they're great. So I think it's pretty early on to determine those things. But no, the Packers, I'm not concerned with. You said the Rams. I don't even think they were on the list. But we can speak to that. I think the Rams, that was a bad loss. You can make whatever excuse you want. That's an awful loss. At home to that team on that stage was a joke. Like, you were outplayed, you were out hustled. Kyron Williams and his fumbling, like, it was just a poor performance. The Eagles, I think we can all agree the Eagles are real. Granted, apparently there's more and more discontent with the wide receivers.
No, there's not. Don't buy into the hype.
Best team in the conference.
Best team in the league.
Buffalo's play better. So
best team in the league. We beating teams with both. We're beating teams with both hands behind our back. Like
Buffalo's played better.
What hands are behind your back? What hands are behind your back?
Buffalo is playing at their best. If we were playing at their best, it wouldn't even be a discussion of this.
So that's the point. They're playing better, so they're the better team.
But we would still beat them if we played them.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't know.
Couldn't be. Tell me in a football.
Okay.
We'll see. But I think we're good. I think this next team is the best team in the NFC. You can say what you want. I know they had a bad loss. That Lions off. You want to talk about when they're playing at their best? Then the Lions with Aiden Hutchinson coming back and some of their defense, they've lost a lot of players. Philly has been extremely healthy. What Detroit has been doing is, man, they ain't even really using Jameson Williams like that this year, nor David Montgomery or Sam Laporta. They've all been having subpar years based on last year, and they still look absurd. So that to me, granted, we whooped them. We didn't whoop them, but we beat them last year. I think that team is the best team in the NFC. That team scares me the most. I think they're better from what they learned last year. I think that loss earlier this year made them better. And if they continue to stay healthy, can't nobody guard St. Brown. That's what I said. I said that loss made them better. I think that was a wake-up call. They caught them early. I do not think that that's the case. That team went 15-2 last year for a reason. I think that team is the most complete. I think that team is the most dynamic.
NFC. I'll give them that. Who did they play? I'm not putting them over Philly.
So who did they play?
I'm asking, who did they play? Like to make that their wins are that convincing for you to say that they're better than a team that's 4-0 and
I can't do that.
defending champs?
They beat the Ravens. They destroyed Chicago, and then they destroyed Cleveland, which
Chicago
is
ain't
supposed
that
to.
good.
I don't know.
Chiefs.
I don't.
We beat
I don't
the
think
Chiefs. We beat the Rams. We beat the Bucks, who you just
we
praised.
beat the Chiefs without majority of their team.
Cowboys.
They didn't have Worthy or Rice. That Xavier Worthy makes a difference. We saw that.
No, that's a fact.
That Kansas
close
City
game.
to me, Kansas City's 2-2, Cincinnati's 2-2. They are not the same 2-2.
And yet my team is 4-0. We're not getting credit as a 4-0 team. That's my disconnect.
I said that
it's like you
said,
won, but
I said it's a wash.
All I heard was you
I said
won,
we can.
but I can say about
the
Detroit
Eagles because y'all are good.
But look at all those injuries that the Ravens have. I didn't say that.
Well, the Ravens, they weren't injured in that game. Lamar played.
Jair Alexander, did Jair play? They didn't have defensive injuries on that team. On that defensive line,
the Lions have injuries.
Adebuke went down that game. Didn't
the Eagles had injuries.
Yeah,
injuries are part of the game. We're going to act like injuries not part of the game.
What main contributor are y'all? Y'all got both y'all corners. You got both y'all receivers. You got your running back. You got your tight end. You got your quarterback. You got Jalen Carter, even though he got kicked out of the Cowboys game.
We missing a linebacker. We missing pass rushers. Are we going to act like
Braun is playing?
Are we going to act
the people
like
that y'all are missing are insignificant? No, they are, but they matter in the terms of the conversation. If Jaden Daniels isn't playing, Washington's a different team. Like injuries matter to a point. We see what happened. Have you seen Cincinnati recently? They look terrible.
The Ravens missing 2 of the 3 of their best defensive line that's a key contributors, right? 3 starters. So it's only a contributing winning on offense. I get it. I get it.
I think that makes a bigger difference.
They're only contributing winner on offense. That makes sense.
If the Raiders lose, I can't think. Max Crosby. Yeah, that makes a difference.
That's the only person
when you
I know.
Lose, that's my point. So when you lose that caliber of defender,
you lose your starting. Lose
Mitchell and DeJean, and then have the conversation.
They had it. The Ravens missed the starting corner, a defensive tackle, and the edge rusher. That's not a difference. 3 starters. That missed that game.
It does matter, but they're also 1-3. Their issue ain't really. I mean, it is defense, but
so is there 1-3 different from the Raiders 1-3? We talking about difference of 1-3. Look at you could say
I do. I think if both teams are healthy, I think the Ravens are a better team, even if they have the same.
The Lions get credit for beating the Ravens, but we don't get credit for beating the Chiefs. And we just saw what the Chiefs did. We just saw what the Chiefs.
We did see what the Chiefs did
with the Ravens.
And I think we're gonna keep seeing what the Chiefs do. If they can stay healthy.
When I said who the Eagles played, and you said but it was no but from who the Lions played, and I'm just saying we 4-0. That's my. It's not all directed towards you, right? It's just towards all these Eagle haters.
Because I said that y'all the best team in the
NFC. I'm just saying, like
I also was like, we don't even got to spend a lot of time on the Eagles. I'm giving y'all the credit. I just think the Lions are the best team in the NFC. I'm not saying y'all 10. I'm saying y'all probably 2 or 3.
How are they better than the defending champs that are undefeated right now?
Yeah,
I don't get that. I'm trying to understand what's the disconnect.
I think they've had the luxury of being extremely healthy, which is a win, and so I got to give you the credit for it. But I think when you play the other teams, if the other teams are fully healthy, I would pick the other teams.
The sign of a good team is
they played. Let's see who the
Lions. We weren't saying that about Kansas City last year. We played 1-score games, and we're still saying
they went to the Super Bowl.
I don't know that. I don't know that I said they were the best team in the league, but I don't bet against. I don't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
In 2024, when they beat the Ravens and everybody went, they didn't have Worthy. They didn't have all these top guys. They got the job done.
They had the guy.
Who's the guy?
15.
And 15 played against us, and we just beat them 3 weeks ago. What's the difference? 15 was still in the field.
I think when you play, what happened in the Super Bowl?
We won. We won. We destroyed them.
Oh, that was last year. Yeah. You were.
We destroyed them.
I'll give you that. And
with Worthy playing, you saying Worthy make a difference, but the difference wasn't in that score last year when I was on Broad Street.
Would you say it was year 2? Ain't that what you're talking about, Angel Reese? It was year 2 for Xavier Worthy.
It was year 1 for both my corners. It was year 1 for both of them.
You still had CJ in them.
CJ he's not a coverage guy.
Come on. And you don't need to cover long with that D-line. We don't need to go back to last year. We can keep moving. The Eagles are the Eagles. So be it. Seahawks. I don't believe it. Sam Darnold's in Seattle, right?
Yes. The defense is legit, though.
A good one.
Defense is
legit.
Let
me
that's
ask
my
this.
thing. They have a good defense.
Defense is legit.
I want to ask this one question.
Okay.
Smith and Jigba, is he a top 3 receiver?
Come on, we can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't. Who is this? Is a sidebar. I feel like the receiver.
So
you talking about right? Like in the playing this year, today, or like in general?
Today.
I mean, no.
I'm still,
and that's my thing. I feel the same way with corner. You know how we like the top corners.
Matter of fact, I'll probably take Puka over him.
Yeah, how you gonna name the best receiver in football right now is Puka Nacua? It's not a debate.
I don't think
you don't think that's a product of that? You don't attribute any of Puka. We saw what Cooper Kupp did in that offense. We're not attributing any of Puka's success to that system.
I mean,
having Devontae Adams, Matt Stafford, and Kyren Williams.
Systems. There's a lot of Hall of Famers that might not belong in Hall of Fame, so I can't do that.
Systems matter.
But okay, and play and skill set matters. Puka is a very physical receiver. He's a big body receiver. He runs his routes. Puka's legit.
Like, you think Puka's putting up the same numbers with Sam Darnold in Seattle?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Because just like Jackson Smith and Jigba, who is getting schemed into games, he's getting 11 targets. When you get 11 targets, trust me, I'm a gambling man. 13 targets, 10 targets to start off the year. 6 and
he's also getting doubled. I see what JJ looks like this year. It don't look the same. I'm with Brian Thomas. Look like a whole different person.
But he dropping pass. But he was never in my top 3.
No.
So let's rephrase. Wait. Because are you saying? No, we're not talking about in the game today. We're talking about just in this season, like how they're playing so far. Or are you talking about top 3?
If you are having a team and you need a top receiver.
Oh, he's not top 3, but he's elite. Not top 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
I just want to see.
But like, can you hear me? Like when we talk about corners, the same way to me, right? We name all these guys. You got a certain. You got people still say Ramsey. They say, but then you throw in a Quinyon Mitchell who's having a good year. No. But hear me out though. When we talk about like the corner position, you still have your guys, your cornerstone guys, your certain. But then you see a guy like J.C. Horn, a Sauce Gardner, a J.C. Horn, a Quinyon Mitchell. Like I'm saying, people still say Marlon Humphrey, but. I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying, you know how at that position you have your cornerstone guys.
The game. Sorry.
All right. You have your cornerstone guys, and then you have your guys that are coming up. I think, and Jigba is a guy that's coming up right now. I think your cornerstones. I mean, you still got Puka. We didn't even name Amon Ra. Amon Ra's elite.
Oh yeah,
he's top 3.
Amon Ra's elite.
So then you gotta take him out then. Who you got?
No. But Jackson Smith and Jigba is tough. I'm not saying he's not in there because it's exclusive. I'm just saying.
I don't know if
I got Chase,
top 3 yet. Okay.
St. Brown,
yeah,
and I don't have really anybody else I would comfortably put ahead of Smith and Jigba.
Oh, you're crazy.
Not putting Justin Jefferson over him?
Justin, I drafted Justin, so I've been following Justin pretty closely.
Mm-hmm. I've
seen some drops. I've seen some inconsistencies. Oh, the holder just got smacked in this Texas A&M game. I'm not seeing necessarily a contribution to winning. I saw when Jordan Addison came back, Addison was getting a lot of targets.
So you're going this season.
I don't know if I'm only talking right today, this season. I don't know that I'm taking Jefferson over Smith and Jigba today. Not talking about the last 3 years over their career. Justin Jefferson, the last 3 years have been phenomenal. Today, route running, getting open, beating double teams, I would argue Smith has the worst quarterback of any of the top receivers. Sam Darnold is not that
Ain't
good.
no
We saw what he
way.
did.
Are you crazy?
Come
Justin
on, what are we
Jefferson?
doing? JJ McCarthy.
Come on.
You saw it when Carson Wentz played. You saw how his targets and production went up. So that tells you what a real quarterback does.
That's what I was going to say. I don't have Sam Darnold light years ahead of Carson Wentz.
But I'm saying, but look at his numbers with Carson Wentz, and then look at his numbers those 2-3 weeks he was playing with.
I agree. I think Carson's better than McCarthy. I've never been a McCarthy fan. Let me be clear.
And Sam Darnold's a light years ahead of McCarthy.
I will submit to Jefferson. I think that's where it stops.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not taking him present day over still Devontae Adams to this day. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm being deadly serious.
I believe you.
On less targets, and his numbers aren't that too far off. Like Devontae Adams,
ain't that far.
You said route running. We not going to talk about tech. And this is no shot on Njigba.
Imagine what Devontae Adams is really, really good. Let me be clear. His job is extremely easy in that offense with Puka on the other side. That is not the same as what Smith and Jigba.
Okay, but then imagine if he got 5 to 6 more targets.
Imagine if he was Smith and you had Puka and Smith and Jigba. I don't think they lose last week.
His numbers would look like Tay's numbers, which is
I think they'd be better.
Okay, so Njigba has 402
and
yards.
I think Puka
Tay has 357.
It's close.
Yeah, one guy is Matt Stafford and Sean McVay in a pass-happy offense.
And Devontae's the number 2 option, and he's only getting.
And I'll be honest, no.
He's only beating about 50 yards.
Scheme plays a part. The Seahawks are trying to be a running defense, but I'll tell you what: when it's time to pass, it's only going to one person.
And when we get in the red zone, them jokers never throw the ball. So, they love to give the ball to Zach Charbonnet and keep taking Kenneth Walker out, which I don't know what that's about.
I know y'all don't watch. I know y'all don't watch him, but like, is he that much better? Is he that much better than Garrett Wilson?
I forget that.
Is he that much better than Garrett? I'm not. I don't know. I'm not saying he's not, but like, I'm just showing love to Garrett. You heard what I said? I said I know you don't watch. That's just me trying to show love to Garrett Wilson because he's balling.
I am watching Garrett Wilson because I want Justin Fields to succeed.
Garrett Wilson is nice. Like,
no.
Is he better?
And Garrett Wilson had a great catch.
Is he better than Malik Neighbors?
Garrett Wilson's top 7.
Isn't Jigba better than Malik Neighbors?
Well, right now, yeah.
But I'm asking, is he better than Malik Neighbors?
As a receiver, yes. As a talent, no. I think Malik Neighbors is more talented, physically gifted. Okay. As a route runner, as a wide receiver,
as an overall
blocker, as an overall receiver, I'm taking Smith and Jigba over Neighbors today.
Okay.
And I think they're in comparable situations.
Okay.
What happened?
Sorry. I just messed up. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, I disappeared. All right, we keep moving. Team I like a lot. Tampa Bay, Super Bowl contender, playoff attender, or faker. Chris, who you got? Well, what you got?
I mean, I definitely picked this team to lose the division. I'm going to eat my words because right now I picked Atlanta. I'm going to stand on it. I picked Atlanta. They got that dude Todd Bowles over there. Always going to have a hell of a defense. Scheme over talent, scheme over players. When that offense gets fully healthy, I mean, you talking about I drafted the Bucs rookie. He's won me games. You talking about him, and we talk another we talk about some more Ohio State guys. But when you look at that offense, and they're banged up right now, you have Bucky Irwin.
Evans is out.
Evans is out. Bucky Irwin's out. But if they're able to get healthy and find their stride, with a guy like Baker Mayfield, to me, not saying he's the best quarterback, but I'll tell you what, he's a quarterback you want to play for and you believe in. I'm not going to, say.
I want to stop you right there real quick.
Go ahead.
Has there been, I apologize for interrupting. Has there been a better turnaround for a quarterback than Baker Mayfield in recent history? Because I remember him in Cleveland. Like I've been a Baker fan since Oklahoma.
He wasn't bad in Cleveland.
When he left Cleveland, he took that prove it deal in LA to see what
he went to Carolina first. He went to Carolina first.
He did go.
It was Carolina. It was Carolina that he got cut.
I'm gonna be. You could probably Geno Smith.
Nah, he ain't doing.
No. Geno,
he was a backup.
Yeah,
he was a backup. He wasn't even a. He wasn't a starter.
Baker was considered a bust.
No.
He was almost on his way out the league.
I forgot. No, but I forgot Geno was. I gotta give it to Geno. No.
Baker started for 2 different franchises. Geno Smith was a backup, almost out the league.
I forgot.
So was Baker.
Was a backup in Seattle.
No.
Yeah, to me, yeah.
And what did Seattle do? Let him go. What did he trade?
Well, my point is, you said a bigger comeback story.
Yeah, and the only reason I really thought Geno was out the league. I didn't even know he was in the league.
Yeah, he was a backup. He wasn't even seeing the field.
And because
are we sure that Geno's going to finish the year as a starter?
But you're talking about but we forget about this year. What he did when he became a starter in Seattle. We're talking about that comeback.
Last year was great.
And the year before, but
he hasn't been that good this year.
But you said comeback though. This is a guy who I'm with you. Baker Mayfield went from a guy in Cleveland, the #1 pick, who this league and everybody nowadays just wanted to cut you off. They don't want to give you a chance to grow. He goes to Carolina, him and Darnold. He becomes the backup. You see the online, he's taking scout team defensive end snaps, punt defensive snaps. He's almost out the league. They cut him. He goes to LA and he does that drive, and that guarantees him a spot. He gets a chance in Tampa Bay. I am with you. He turned his career around 1,000%. What I'm saying is I followed when he went to Carolina. I followed when he went to Los Angeles, and I saw him in Tampa Bay. What I'm saying with Geno is after he left the Jets, I do not know where he went. He probably had 5 to 6 more stops. I thought he was out the league.
He went to the Giants.
So when he said they're sleeping on you,
and was a backup. And
so when they said they're sleeping on you, time to wake him up, that quote, I was slept, bro. I didn't know you was in the league.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going Geno. And I'm not. And what Baker did, first of all, A plus, A freaking plus, because he's found himself a situation where Tom Brady went there and won a Super Bowl, and you know it's hard to come after Tom Brady. Nobody in New England can do it. And damn it, they love themselves some Baker Field in Tampa Bay right now.
Drake may try him.
He's trying. He's trying, but is he better than Baker Mayfield?
He still got a ways to go.
Not yet. He ain't that. And he definitely
and I'm with you. He trying.
Now he beat Buffalo this week. We're gonna revisit this conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
we ain't there yet.
But I think the biggest thing that makes the difference between the two of them is that Baker had 2 opportunities. He had 2 opportunities to be a starter. He had an opportunity in Carolina, then he got an opportunity with the Rams. Whereas when he left the Jets, he was a backup, and it was looking like he was going to be a career backup. He went from a career looking on a trajectory to be a career backup, to be a starter, not for 1, but now 2 franchises. So that's why, to me, it's a bigger.
The Raiders are one of the worst teams in the AFC. That's part of my concern.
The man traded for him.
I'm talking about his Seattle years, though.
If there was a competent backup in Vegas, I think it could look different. There's Kenny Pickett. Like, there's no pressure on Geno. I think if Shador was in Vegas, I don't know how much people would be loving Geno. But because he's competing with Kenny Pickett, I think he's getting a pass currently. But there's some talent in Vegas for them to be 1-3. You got Pete Carroll, you got Ashton Genty, you got Brock Bowers, you got
but that's the problem. Outside,
have you seen that defense though? They can't stop a nosebleed. So the offense, so it's like you know how times.
I don't want to hear that.
No, but you got you got a running back and a tight end. I don't those.
But you know, there's times
Jacoby Myers is a bona fide one.
What?
But listen though, right?
Jacoby Myers is a bona fide one.
Jacoby Myers is tough. I know that offense, but when I'm about? Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. You know, when you have a good team and a good defense, let's say the offense may start out 2-3 drives. You can rely on your defense to hold them to at most 3 points and 3 drives. If the Raiders start out, the other team's getting 21 every single time. They can't stop a nosebleed.
The Raiders
That's
have
a
scored
fact.
77 points this year. That is like bottom in the AFC. They're the worst in their division.
I'm with you.
They have given up the most at 99.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that.
But
I'm
we're
just
also saying who did they play?
They suck. I'm not saying they don't suck. I'm not saying they don't.
They
suck.
lost the same Bears y'all criticized. They lost to.
I'm just saying it's more. It's
the Chargers who lost to the Giants beat them 20-9. For what it's worth, we put up 41.
Is more.
They haven't put up. They put up 29, 24, and 24. They're not exactly lighting it up on offense,
but they're not stopping anybody on defense. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving an excuse for Geno. I'm just saying he's not the only issue on why that team.
I expect them to lose to the Colts next week. If they lose to the Titans in 2 weeks, Geno might be a backup.
He should be fired if they lose to the Titans. The Titans are the worst team in football. I thought it was going to be the Saints, but it's the Titans. It's not even close.
Let's go. We good money, man. Ohio State's about to win. Texas A&M is about to win. Parlay's going to cash. Shout out to the college football. Good week.
Absolutely.
What else we got? I don't know where we are on time, but I'll skip a couple. Ravens, we don't got to talk about them.
Trash.
I would be curious about the Jags. They got Kansas City this week. I got Kansas City in a parlay, money line to win. Have the Jags finally turned the corner? They haven't really. Travis Hunter hasn't been the greatest. Brian Thomas is having a down year, but they are 3-1. What do we think about Jacksonville? Kenny, I'll start with you since that's like the hometown area.
To be continued. I'm pretender. They got to show it to me because they go on these stretches where they'll play well for a few weeks and then Trevor Lawrence will start throwing the ball all over the field. So he's got to prove it to me. Still pretender for me.
Chris?
I mean, I think they have a legit shot to make the playoffs. So I know earlier we were talking about are they a playoff contender. I think they have a legit shot to make it in. I mean, this is a team that you just named all the things going wrong, and they're still 3-1. They beat the 49ers, who just beat the Rams. I'm not saying at all this team is a championship contender, but I'm saying like this week against the Chiefs is let's see what y'all made of.
This will tell a story.
Y'all had
Chiefs, Jags, Rams are the next 3 games.
Y'all had no expectations going into it's Chiefs, Seahawks, and Rams. Then they got Raiders, Texans. Yeah, I mean,
and then it lightens up because the division's not that good.
Yeah, these next 3 weeks will tell the story.
Really, the 4 has started off with the Niners, so it was that 4-week stretch.
True
so
story.
if you can go 3-1 somehow, I mean, I'm not saying again this team is the best of the best, but I'm shocked that they're 3-1. And we just named some of the issues that they're having. Their defense is better than what I thought it was going to be.
They beat the Panthers and the Texans are 2 of their wins.
I mean, that's fine. The Lions got some trash wins. The Lions got some trash wins, and we just made them the best team in the world for being 3-1. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
As long as you get the W. Absolutely,
that's true. You got to beat the team you're supposed to beat.
You got to beat the team you're supposed to beat, and right now they're 3-1.
The Lions only have 1 trash win. I don't think Chicago's trash, but
they're okay.
Yeah, but okay. Browns are trash. But all right, fair enough. I'm with y'all, or I'm with Kenny. I think they.
You don't think they're going to be a playoff
team?
Were,
I think only one team is going to the playoffs out that division, and it looks like that's going to be Indianapolis right now. If I had to bet, and I definitely don't really love betting on Daniel Jones.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that. But I mean, to start off 3-1, we're not going to act like. I mean, I thought they'd be 1-3. I thought they'd be 1-3, but you thought they'd be 3-1 to start the year.
I think they should be 2-2 based on their schedule.
And
3-1 is slightly above average.
We just named Brian Thomas Jr. isn't playing to what he played like last year. We just said Travis Hunter, they don't even know how to use him right now because the coach is the offensive coach. He wants them to play offense, but then his defense, they're not using the correct way. So they're two of their most 5 talented players aren't playing to the best of their ability and they're still 3-1. Again, not saying they're going to be this great team, but when you take that into account, we haven't seen the best of the Jaguars. I'm not saying they're going to be this great team again.
Stay healthy year is what I'm most concerned about.
I think them trading Bigsby showed me that they really believed in ETN this year, and I can say he has been hooping. He has been balling.
Talent, yes. I'm talking health. We traded Brian Robinson and Eckler towards Achilles.
But I'm with you. But it's been in the past where he's been healthy and Bigsby's looked better than him, and they rolled with Bigsby more. He was healthy, and they still played Bigsby. I'm looking at them trading him off week 1, and he's kept that production. I'm not saying his team's going to be great, guys. I'm just saying I didn't expect them to be 3-1.
I
didn't expect Houston to be 1-3.
They've had talent,
but I'm right. So this is, to me, this is probably the best. This is probably the better collection of talent that they've had in a few years, especially on the offensive side.
And they're not even close to their potential.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they got you got the running back, quarterback. Well, got to see running back, quarterback, wide receiver. You got a number 1 wide receiver.
And we be honest, they're the only division.
Hasn't really,
I don't think
flashed yet. So
but I think they
potentially be better.
Exactly, and Brian Thomas Jr. Like they're the only division that got 2, 3-1 teams.
Yeah, so
which is kind of wild.
I still got to see it.
I mean,
fair enough.
I think they can sneak in there.
I only think one team's coming out that division, so we're gonna see. But there's 7 teams that get in now. So
because I think the West is sending 3. I do
3.
Yeah.
No, I don't see 3.
The
Chargers showed me who they are.
Chargers, KC, and
Denver. They're the same teams that went last year. I see them going again.
I'm gonna say 2 because I think Denver's gonna come back down to earth this year.
I think Denver will be better than the Chargers by the end of the year.
So what other team?
The only actually, I take that back. They might get 3 because I think the North is only going to get 1.
The North sucks. They suck. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. They trash. Like the only the Bengals are done.
They're done.
The Ravens they may sneak in there. They can sneak in there.
East is only going, the AFC East will get 2. The North will get 1.
The West will sneak.
The South could get 2.
You think New England's going to get?
New England's not better than the Broncos to me.
I don't know about that.
I think
they're just starting to I think they're just starting to unlock Henderson. I like Drake May more than Knicks. I think they're comparable.
We're not going to say that unlock Henderson, okay? Because that man messed up my parlay because he's not getting enough touches. It's not his fault. That's what I'm saying when I say unlock.
Everybody's ramping up. Hampton's ramping up in the Chargers. And he's ramping up in this.
Junkins is ramping up. Junkins is ramping up. I'm telling you,
all ramping up. I think Henderson in 2 to 3 weeks will be getting 60 to 70% of the touches.
I'm telling you, as a guy,
Stevenson's on his way out. I wouldn't be surprised if Stevenson gets moved at the deadline. He keeps fumbling. He's been there long enough.
Right after he fumbled, he still started and got 70% of the carries.
He did.
Henderson is getting the same amount of carries as Antonio Gibson. That's their returner. I'm not saying I gotta see it because it was supposed to change 2 weeks ago, last week, and it still hasn't changed. Should he get more carries? I'm with you. Yes, Henderson is the most complete in the back.
In watching their games,
the fact that he's not doing it.
I think what I've seen, because I have him and I do like him, I think the errors I've seen when watching him is blitz pickup and blocking.
Exactly. And
he's not great at that.
He's not going to play because of that.
But I think he will get better, is my belief. I could be wrong. But I think his talent will rise to the top.
His talent is the best, that's for sure. But he's just a rookie, and it's showing.
That is a fact. Let me see what else we got. I don't think there's any other teams we necessarily need to get to. Actually, I will get to this last team. Colts. I'm not going to stick on them. I have been a huge critic of this individual, and so I want to bring it to you guys and see what you guys think. What are the Pittsburgh Steelers? Are they a Super Bowl contender, a playoff attender, or are they Fugazi? I'll go first since I've let y'all kind of go. They beat the Steelers. I'm sorry, they beat the Jets. They beat the Patriots, and they beat the Vikings overseas. I did not think they would be 3-1. Not gonna lie to you. I think Jalen Warren missed the game.
He missed last week.
DK had the game of his life, which cost me in fantasy last week. But they're efficient. Aaron Rodgers is playing better than I thought he would. He's not great. He don't push the ball down the field, but the system, we're talking about system, the system works for him. He's taking care of the ball pretty well. And the division sucks, as you said. So for me, I think they are a playoff contender. I don't have them in that Kansas City Buffalo category, but I don't have them much lower. Mike Tomlin is Mike Tomlin. So we'll see if they keep this trajectory or if they end up 9-8 or I don't know what 17 is, whatever it is. 9-8. I don't know what they'll end up, but I gotta give them credit. You say the record is the record. They're 3-1. And when I look at their schedule, they got the Browns this week, the Bengals the week after that. Then they host the Packers. Then they got Bengals, Bears later, Ravens later, Dolphins later, Browns, and they end with the Ravens. Lamar should be back by then, but who knows if they'll be competitive. I don't see a lot of minds ahead. I think the Steelers are legit. What y'all think?
Playoff or Super Bowl?
Playoff. Like I said, I don't. But if they get the right matchup, I don't think they can beat Buffalo or Kansas City. But if they can avoid them too somehow, I don't think there's another team I would be confident saying they couldn't beat. And given the schedule, they'll probably have home field for at least the divisional game.
Assuming they're going to win the division.
Yeah.
Kenny, you want to go?
Yeah, I could go. I'll say playoff contender with the playoff contender, not Super Bowl contender, because I think the biggest thing is we got to wait to see if Aaron Rodgers can sustain this throughout the season, because we saw last season where he started off slow and then came on towards the second half of the season. Now we got to see if he can maintain this over 17 games. So I think they're a playoff contender, but I'm not ready to call them a Super Bowl contender yet.
Just real quick update for the Philly people. The Phillies lost to the Dodgers, so go Dodgers.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
I know that we lost 2 hours ago.
I can't say that.
I don't got rubber than me. We lost 2 hours ago.
Because they were a part of my parlay that the Penn State messed up. But, yeah, we just wanted to add that Philly news for the day. Go ahead.
I'm buying stock in the Steelers. I like what I'm seeing. And, when I talk about I'm not going to turn this into the Eagles, but, I talk about how they're playing with two hands tied behind their back. They're not playing at the best of their ability. I'm looking at this Steelers team, and I thought their defense was going to be their identity. And right now, they're the only team that's 3-1 or, it has a positive record, but it has a minus point differential. So they're still 3-1, yet they gave up more points than they're scored. I watched that game against the Seahawks. You have a messed up thing on special teams. You have an interception that's in the ball, it's in Calvin Austin's hands, and he tips it and it gets intercepted. I mean, they're a couple fluky plays away from being 4-0. Not, if we all know how that game works. But to me, I like the Steelers. And when this defense plays together as a unit, because you look at the names, and the names are flying across the board to where how y'all giving up the most points or how you giving up more points than you're scoring. When they come together to me and they start to click, this offense, I mean, the names are sexy, but the system is a system, like you said. They're finding a way to get it done. You have your running backs that are multi-versatile. You have 3 tight ends you pass it to. You have a Calvin Austin, a DK Metcalf. I still think they need another weapon. But when that defense comes together,
is it going to come together though?
I mean, we're only 4 weeks in, and they're all new. They're all new. So I mean, they're all new. There's time for a team that we all know. We watch football. Teams can get to start clicking in week 12, and they can go on a run.
That is true.
You know, my Eagles started off 2-2 last year, and we haven't lost since. So, you know, it's 4 games into the year right now. Maybe this could be their wake-up call. You know,
Fair enough.
I like the Steelers. I do. I really do.
Okay. Fair enough. So I want to talk about 2 things. It's obviously sports related, but it was not so much on the field. And actually, they kind of tie together as I'm kind of thinking through it. Actually, I'm kind of processing this in real time. The same way the WNBA wants to hold referees accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody, or how can, if there is anybody, how can we hold sports media accountable? The 2 instances I want to bring up, and I'll start with Shador first, is I think we've all seen what Rex Ryan had to say.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the coverage of him miming and everybody's opinion of it. But for me, I think Bruce Arians said it, and I had a similar thought, is he's still he's the 3rd string quarterback. Why are you interviewing him? And I go back to, and I'll just kind of preempt to the Kyron Lacey situation, how the media covered that, and with the news that we had come out today, and the relative silence I've seen from those same talking heads.
It's astounding.
So my question, I do want to get into those 2 particular topics, but I guess my bigger question is, we cover sports. We have Real Talk, great show. Shout out to ASAP Network. I don't know if I said that earlier, but is there, or how can we hold the sports media more accountable for the way in which they cover sports? I guess like we talked about, even if the WNBA ain't promoting the WNBA, sports people should be talking about the WNBA finals, and I don't see that either. So like, how can we hold them accountable to be more judicious in their coverage? Colorado's playing right now. We've seen how they handle Colorado. Like, is it just the way it is? Like, I guess I don't want to keep repeating the question, but what are your thoughts on how we can hold sports media more accountable to their hot takes? I'll start with you, Kenny.
I just think we need to one, speak to them, like, you know, let them know when they're out of line. Like Rex Ryan, like, he was out of pocket. Like, you don't know if the man is sitting in the front row of team meetings. You don't know that. So for you to say that, unless you have some direct knowledge, or that you can say that I spoke to someone within the Browns organization and they said that he isn't doing X, Y, and Z, then you don't know that. So all you're doing is just hot taking. And like the kid, it wasn't like the kid said anything. Now, you know, could he have just said no comment? Sure. But he didn't say anything. And why you and the last thing I'll say is, to your point, is he's a 3rd string quarterback. He's the most highly covered, or the most interviewed 3rd string quarterback I've seen in NFL history. So it's just the fact of the matter is, like, I feel like they're almost setting him up for failure. And to me, that's the biggest, like, they're trying to make an example of him and trying to set him up for failure, not giving him an opportunity to succeed, all because of his last name. And it's time out for that. So when we see something, you say something. So when the media is being out of line, or they're being out of pocket, or they're saying things or taking things too far, we got to speak about it. That's the only way that they could be held accountable.
When you say we, because networks, we know it, it's a star-driven league. Are you saying, do you feel like, and like, should Patrick Mahomes be the one saying, why are you interviewing this guy? Because I know that'll be quarterbacks are supposed to act the way. But unless the players, the faces of the leagues, are saying something similar to when the cap situation happened, if you don't have the faces of the league standing up to the media, does it just fall on deaf ears? Is it just Twitter fodder? Because Twitter's been going crazy today off the Kyron Lacey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just on Twitter, will that really resonate with someone like Stephen A. that is making $100 million? versus and I criticize Kevin Durant for this a lot, but he will say something. He will speak on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's valuable. So is it just the fans that need to say something, or do you, Kenny, to your point, do you think players need to start defending players more?
Yeah, I think it's players, but then there's also other media analysts as well. Like they have to be willing to say something when they see their comrades, being out of pocket or saying things that are crossing the line. Like you can't be a part of the media and then protect other media when they're doing wrong. Like two wrongs don't make a right. So if you see something, you got to say something. You can't just sit back as a media person and not say anything. But yes, the players do need to speak out as well. But I think it's more so on the media.
Chris,
it makes me lost words sometimes. When he said, "Get your ass in the front row and study," quit being an embarrassment that way. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now. Has he ever talked to his own third string quarterback ever? Like the way we're talking about a third string quarterback, we're not even talking about Dylan Gabriel. Nobody's talking about Dylan Gabriel. What he did at Oregon and how he was a third round pick and how now he's starting his career. Nobody's even bringing up Dylan Gabriel. We're going straight to Shedeur. And it's not their fault. It's the media's fault. Why? Because the media is driven on negativity. It's not positive. The fact the positive coverage is over. I'm just going to be real. On these mainstream platforms, your ESPNs, your Fox Sports, it's rare that you see positive coverage. It's always a hot take and negative take, and it's a lot of bashing on players. We talked about players speaking up for players. It's sad that they don't do it, but the ones that do, look how they get handled. Look how they're being treated when they speak out. Oh, he's a cancer. Oh, he's a problem. Oh, he has an attitude issue. That's why I enjoy and I love these player platforms and these player podcasts. I love the LaShawn McCoy. He spoke out on the situation. Everybody talks about Steven Jackson. He speaks out on situations. Gil's Arena, they speak out on these situations. We talk about players supporting players. The ones that do it, they get a negative rep in the media. So that's why I think you see a lot of players not speaking out now, because when they speak out, it's a negative connotation. Like, for an example, I look at AJ Brown. The entire media was complaining about him not getting the ball. So when he puts out a tweet that, if you want to read him between the lines, it's basically like, man, I'm complaining about not getting the ball. Now the media jumps on him. But you were the same people that were just reporting the same thing. So, like, that doesn't register that, okay, these dudes are just doing it for clickbait. These dudes are doing it just for the negativity. You're claiming you're being a great reporter by saying this guy needs the ball. Then when he complains about it, you're saying he's a terrible person. He's terrible to be in the locker room. Are they going to trade him? They need to trade him. They need this, that, and the third. Where's the positive coverage? Again, why are we not talking about Dylan Gabriel? Had a hell of a career, ended it off in Oregon, third-round pick. He's about to get his first start. Nobody's talking about him. Nobody talks about the positive stuff in the league. It's all about bashing. It's all about comparing players and saying what a player can't do, not what a player can do. And I'm sick and tired of it. Like the fact that they're treating Shedeur this way, and all he wants to do is play football. All he ever wanted to do is play football and play quarterback. It's a problem. It's where are you getting your quotes from, right? Why is nobody talking about all the positive stuff that other people are reporting on Shedeur? It's only the negative stuff that get hyped up. And you talked about earlier, the Twitter and the Stephen A. Smith. That's why I love a Cam Newton being on First Take, because he's a guy that's on Twitter. He's a guy that's tapped in. You need player and the journalists are going to get mad that players are entering this space. But why are they entering this space? Because you're doing a terrible job at it now. All you're doing, you're being so hyped up. I don't know. I don't want to say the fame's getting to you or all the attention's getting to you, but now you're doing too much now. You're saying things that you shouldn't say. So that's why you have these players now coming into your platform and taking over, and you get an issue with it, because it was fine when y'all were reporting and doing things the correct way or not as bad way. But now when you have comments like this from Rex Ryan, you have more players coming into your space and taking it over. And that's just the harsh fact. You don't want that to happen. Stop reporting them in a negative light. Speak positivity into the world. That's their problem now. All this negative stuff. I love Cam Newton on First Take. I love all these players doing their own thing. Take it over. Why? Because they're sick and tired of being treated in a bad way that's making them sick and tired. Like, how would you be if you're Shador and you wake up to this? I'm the third. You asking me how am I feeling about not starting? How you think I'm feeling? But I'm the third string quarterback. Nobody's interviewing the first string quarterback. Nobody's even interviewing Joe Flacco. The coach don't want me here. The GM don't want me here. How you think I'm really feeling? But why are you even talking to me in the first place? You know,
all valid. No, I agree. I will say, I think the media is the few media members, and I'll mention one that I think is kind of in a similar boat as a player is like Ryan Clark. When he told that guy there last week or 2 weeks ago, "Oh, this is a player. You're not a player. You don't understand."
Mm-hmm.
They killed him for that.
Exactly, and that's to my point. To my point.
And I'm just like, that's a common thought process. That's why Kevin Durant does what Kevin Durant does. That's kind of why Cam and Gilly was getting into it. Like, people that have played the game view people who didn't different. That's why people used to criticize Skip Bayless. I think Jalen Rose went at Skip a long time ago about
and
his
he said
performance.
You average this. But it's only when they start being negative. When they're being truthful and positive and they're having a friendly conversation, it's not an issue. But it's when you start talking to players down, like, dude, you're talking about me and my job. You couldn't even do my job. We having a nice conversation. Keep it at that. When you start being negative and being disrespectful, that's where the collide happens. And it's so much disrespect now. That's all we see is collide.
And for the people, I think, and this might be, I might be short-sighted in this thought process. I feel like the majority of the media people or even ex-players who are most critical, Sam Acho, were the ones that weren't that good. Tom Brady doesn't talk about players the way Sam Acho does.
What?
Like Peyton Manning, when him and Eli are covering the game,
break down the game.
Jeff Saturday, even Jason Kelsey, they don't talk about players the same way that I see these media people critiquing players, or the Dan Orlovskis. And I like Dan to a certain extent. Dan does okay sometimes. But they just speak with a different level of respect and reverence that I think non-players definitely don't have. And even some of the other players who were kind of trash, like, don't have. Like, they talk like we're here, but y'all weren't that. And I just, it bothers me. It comes off as disconnected. It comes off as aloof. A lot of it comes off as disingenuous. And I don't really know where that came from, per se. I guess maybe they saw Stephen A. get a lot of money. Skip Bayless kind of took off, and he was critical of some. But Skip gave a lot of criticism to a lot of people, but he just couldn't deal with LeBron. But his Jordan takes were super pro Jordan. So I don't know. The other big telling thing to me is I never hear any Cleveland Browns players say this. I never hear, outside of Dylan Gabriel and the potential shot he took before, and they might have sprinkled in another one. When I've seen Browns players interact with Shador, there's no problem. They laugh, they joke, they have a good time, they're supportive. I don't hear Myles Garrett complaining about Shador Sanders at all. And so if those players that are in there with him, I heard what they said when Johnny Manziel was there. If those players aren't carrying themselves in such a way, what gives these media people the chutzpah to just say this stuff about kids? I've heard from draft day 100x more about Shador than I have about Cam Ward. And I think that's to Cam Ward's benefit, because he's not been good. And nobody's talking. Like, I drafted Calvin Ridley in a bunch of leagues because I just knew we talked about being a force-feeding targets. He ain't getting nothing.
And he's dropping
and
them.
Colorado's about to lose Dion about to be 2-4.
I had under
a conversation for another day. And so I think it's to his benefit that he's not under the microscope. But for what it's worth, I should have heard way more about Jackson Dart this week. Like, that was a heck of a win. Granted, it blew up my parlay, but you lose Neighbors and you still beat the Chargers.
And that's a good Chargers defense too.
A really good Chargers defense. And so I just, the same way I said, I think the NBA and to a certain extent the WNBA is kind of chasing money maybe a little too much for me. I think media has turned way more into hot takes and clicks than substantive content.
That's big facts.
Like, we don't have sports anymore where they're talking about all the games in the week. It's a bunch of people just talking all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess when you got a bunch of people talking all day, you got to find something to talk about. But you don't have to talk all day. You can break down the game. You can do a team by team analysis. There are other ways to produce the content that I think sports fans will want to engage in. We're limited on what we can listen to because FS1's dead outside of First Things First. And even, I forget the guy on there. He started, Nick Wright to say some wild
outlandish things. And he used to be one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that in years because it started getting too ridiculous.
I forgot that they was even still on.
It started to get too ridiculous.
I do, to your Chris, to your point, I love the other content. I love Gil's Arena. I like the 540 podcast, Jeff Teague and them. There's a couple there's a couple different groups that I do like. Even Jason and Travis Kelce.
I got checked out on the new Arena, the football one that they're doing.
I watch them all. I love it.
I saw
It's Skips on it. Skip and Keep the Lead.
Yeah,
they got some other guys in there.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know why I like it? Because Aqib Talib is a guy like Cam Newton. And he gonna, hey Skip, just like Cam Newton and Stephen A. Hey Steve, like they're gonna check that. Because when Stephen A. and Skip are at their best and they're covering a game without being disrespectful to players and the entity of the game, and they're just covering it, and they're the best. That's why they were the best, because they're two of the best. Is when they're going here and they do something like that. But when they're at their best, they're amazing. And the issue that the players
made inside the NBA so great.
They start feeling themselves and they start getting out of character and out of line, and that's where the players get an issue at.
So I don't know. I don't like it. But the one thing I will say, and I heard Cam say it, I think I heard Ryan Clark say it, and a few others, and I do agree with this part. Shedeur has to know when you do that, what's coming. You could be responding to Rex Ryan. You could be tired of it. You could be over it. You could be doing whatever you want. When you choose to do that, in the position you are, when you've seen how they've been covering you, you got to, I'm not saying don't do it. If you're going to do it, also understand what's coming with that.
You don't think he understands? You don't think he knows by now all from high school to from Jackson State to Colorado that you don't think?
Do I think he expected it to dominate the headlines for 3 to 4 days last week? I don't know if he expected that. There was a lot that happened in this last week. Baseball playoffs are starting. WNBA finals are starting. Jackson Dart had his win. The Chiefs. There was a bunch of others. The NBA preseason's kicking off.
I see him at Jackson State taking headlines and Colorado taking headlines. It doesn't shock me that the media, for some reason, finds the third string quarterback doing this
for not saying anything.
No, it doesn't. It's the media. But that's the media that has been this media for the past couple of years. That's why I'm not shocked.
Jay Daniels is coming back. There's a ton of other things that I believe that should have dominated.
And that's on the news. That's on the reporters themselves. And everything's clickbait and everything's negative.
So I guess maybe I'm answering my own question. Because if I subscribe to what you said about negativity is what they want, that was probably the most negative headline you could come up with.
And let's see
and
the
they
dummies
are
run with it.
running it into the ground.
Let's see the dummies run with it instead of talking about all these great things that's going on in sports, in NFL, and all the other sports you name. Even the other guy that's next to me, let the dummies run with me not saying a word. Look how dumb y'all look. That's how I would look at it if I'm them. Look how dumb they. I'm in a dad. I know, Dad. I should have handled myself, but look how dumb they look right now. Talking about me not saying the word. They so stupid. That's how I would handle it because they look like fools. That's how I look at things.
Let me see my phone.
That's how
Cleveland do play this week.
Oh, yep. They play at 9:00 against the Vikings in London. I think they're not in London. Where they at? I forget where they at.
I don't want to say it's
they're in I think
are they in Ireland too?
Ireland. They're Ireland, right? They're in Ireland. They're Ireland still, I think.
I'm trying to pull it up. London. It's London. Okay. Vikings at Browns in London.
Okay.
I think the next 3 are in London.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, next week is Broncos Jets in London, and then after that it's Rams Jags in London, and then there's none there next week. Washington plays in Spain one of these weeks. Then Berlin's in November, and then we play Miami in November. So yeah, it's 3 more London games, and then. So yeah, I will be. Let me say this. I'm watching Rex Ryan. You better hope Dylan Gabriel plays well, because if he don't,
I want to see an energy shift.
I better hear all that same vitriol and talk about not being a professional, not being sitting in the front row. Not to mention
it's his first start going against his defense. Oh, what did you expect? He's a rookie. He doesn't have this. This receiver's hurt. You know they make every excuse.
You didn't just say that about the last guy, though. You didn't say that. The team clearly thinks Dylan Gabriel's better than Shador.
The GM and
the standards should be higher. The owner came out and said, we basically didn't even want to draft you.
No. The owner wanted to draft him. The GM and the coach didn't want to draft Shador.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Wanted Shador. But they're not going to make themselves look dumb. Oh, come on now. They're going to do everything in their power to make themselves look right.
But
no accountability. There's no accountability in this. There's none.
But Kenny, I think you mentioned it. That to me is where I would expect the other analysts to step in. I need Ryan Clark. I need Stephen A. That's what got Max fired. Max Kellerman will call out Stephen A. Smith when he was on some BS, and Stephen A. had to get him out of there. That is where I need somebody to, hey, Rex, keep that same energy. Cam Newton, hold him accountable. You don't need that ESPN check. I don't believe. Not that bad. Put that man in his place so he will keep his mouth shut going forward. And if Dylan Gabriel come out and ball out, respect him.
The problem is that they don't.
And it's sad that we even
really more so Ryan than Cam, because I think Cam is just on First Take. Ryan's on a bunch of stuff on ESPN. Ryan is on Get Up.
He makes appearances everywhere.
So he would be the one that
tap on the leg, my man.
Yeah, chill out.
But I don't want Dylan to play that. I hope Dylan balls out.
Stephen A. and say, Stephen, I want to be on Get Up.
Oh, he can get on Get Up.
Stephen A. will get Cam on Get Up.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that the way
Pat McAfee,
it's
somebody better say something to Rex Ryan.
With none of them.
If Pat chilling, Pat do what the heck he wants.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Pat going to go on none of these shows. Now I get what you're saying. I was just joking.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that is where, to me, I think where the most realistic expectation of accountability can be held. When y'all make these stupid hot takes and y'all jump out the window and y'all be wrong, somebody need to pull them receipts. The same way Jalen did it, the same way Richard Sherman did it with Skip and other people. Pull them receipts, man. Do not let these idiots off the hook when they talk crazy. And everything you say, Chris is right. He's a rookie, da-da-da-da-da. So Shador. Shador went later, and he's been on practice squad. You should have way less criticism for the fifth round guy.
There shouldn't even be no criticism.
He's going to get a long leash because they haven't even made. They still made Flacco the backup. So
it's like Bronny all over again.
Yeah, it's not even set up for.
Bronny's different.
No, when I'm saying it's like my fault, Kenny.
No, I was just saying they're not even setting Shador up to have an opportunity. Like if they were really trying to give him an opportunity, they would have made him the backup.
The coach and GM don't want him there.
Yeah.
Simple.
But when you already know. But Kenny, that's the quiet part that they don't want to say out loud. If you make him the backup, Dylan Gabriel, that pressure goes up.
1,000%. That's why they won't do it.
And it
They
ain't
want to make
because
sure that they give
Shador
him
can't
every
play.
opportunity. Yes.
It's because
he
Shador
can
can play. Like
Right.
he can do what Cam Ward's doing right now. Nothing. What like
Easy.
like it's just it. I think everybody's mad that he can. You know what? I'm not even gonna do. When I compared it to Bronny though, it wasn't nothing with talent. It's the fact that everybody's hyping up the dudes that are late picks.
That's another thing.
Anybody else?
Bronny's benefiting from this too because he was terrible the other night. Nobody's talking about it. It's preseason, I know, but nobody cares because we got Shador. And it's like,
I wouldn't care neither over the 50.
Yeah, bro.
It's the 50.
I barely watched the Knicks preseason game.
I couldn't even tell you who my
1 in 12 is bad. Like he ain't a rookie no more. But LeBron and Luka.
He the 55th pick. I bet any 55th pick would do 1 in 12. Just saying.
I don't know about that.
Just like Shador is a fifth. Just like Shador is a 5th round quarterback. By 5th round quarterback. But I'm just saying by
Bronny is a 55th pick talent. Shador's not a 5th round talent.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Shador is a 1st round talent. He arguably should have went number 1. But when I'm just saying this,
Bronny was a 1st round.
The fact that they're covering him like this shows me that they all knew and everybody knows. Oh, he was greater than no. Y'all covering him like how he should have been covered as a top pick. But we know what happened.
That's a fact.
We know the conversations that went down.
I don't know if I've seen a Cam Ward interview this year.
Except for him.
I don't think I've heard him speak this year.
The only time he spoke is the recent one that's going viral where he's just saying we suck. You know what, Cam Ward, y'all do? Y'all suck.
They ain't lying.
It comes with being drafted to a team that trash. It's not your fault. They was trash when you got there. They look a little worse now. They look a little worse.
I don't know that.
But the whole team is trash.
I think they had 2 solid running backs. Calvin Ridley was coming off a pretty good year. They shouldn't look this bad.
No, I'm with you. They shouldn't look this bad, but they look bad. And Shador could have looked this bad.
No, they are. They are. Yeah. All right. So I'll get to the last topic, and I ain't gonna lie. This is a difficult topic for me. I kind of told y'all that in the group chat. Part of it is I was at a spot last night, and we had a real big conversation about politics, and you know how political conversations go. And I've been very clear on my stances on police in this country. I've been clear on my stances. I got into it with somebody on Twitter about this topic about slavery and racism and all that. And I'm seeing what happened in DC. Trump has dispatched these people to Chicago over policing, ICE policing in this country. It's bad. When you have a young man and I don't even know what contrived this officer to do this.
You know what?
And I guess I'll get to I do and I don't. Like, I could see if it was I could see if Kyron Lacey was in the accident and you want to blame him. I ain't with it, but that makes some sense. He was nowhere near the accident. And for you to, with your body cam on, go to a witness and say, hey, say this. And then they cut the cameras off. I'm just like, the brashness, the silence we talked about earlier. And I don't think this ain't going away. I've seen enough movement on social media, and me and Chris are younger. Social media does matter to a point. Netflix is dealing with it right now. And what they got going on, that boycott Netflix thing is a real thing. Target dealt with the backlash. Starbucks has dealt with some backlash. This is a problem. And I hope I'm not letting up on it. Maybe not on here. I won't keep beating y'all down every week with it. But there was all. I'm not even gonna go that way because someone just got sentenced for a preacher and like some that messed with some kids. And the Diddy thing, I think Diddy was wrong, but I'm not gonna go there either. This is disturbing. It's wrong. And I don't know that the NFL has put anything out yet. I haven't seen anything responding to this, which to me is an issue because this young man should be playing right now.
Should he be balling right now?
This young man, Kyron Lacey, took his life, his own life. And I hope that's not a trigger warning for anybody, but I don't know how to say it. Because they flat out lied and made up complete BS to charge him with manslaughter. Not reckless driving, not following too closely, not even a fake DUI. They made him responsible for killing somebody. And he was nowhere near that accident in relation to what an accident is. He was 100. They said, they put out the video, it's 100 yards away.
Yeah, anywhere between 52 and 72 yards away. That's half a football field.
In the moment, contrive that kind of idea and then have a corroborating witness, which there's a history of this, whether you want to go to Emmett Till or whatever. In today's society, to do that it's baffling to me, it's infuriating to me, it's nauseating to me. And we talked about the sports media before. I don't know. I haven't checked enough. I haven't seen a Rex Ryan tweet. I ain't seen a Stephen A tweet. I don't know if I haven't checked to see if there's a Skip Bayless tweet. I ain't seen nobody go live.
I'll check.
That to me is beyond disturbing. I saw Malik Neighbor said something. JD5 got to get ready to prepare for it.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Daniels, he got to get ready to play tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So as a fan, and I'm gonna slightly take a softer, like I don't necessarily love the timing of this release. I wish it would have been after the game, but
I think he's gonna play for his brother though.
And I
he
hope
got
he does.
a heavy heart, heavy mind.
I hope he does.
He's gonna play for his brother.
But the way in which this was initially covered, I think it was after the what was the Raiders guy, Henry Ruggs situation. Mm-hmm. The way in which they tried to lump them together,
the Rashid Rice situation as well.
The Rashid Rice situation, the way they tried to paint this kid with this, and everybody tells me, and I know I'm being long-winded, I'll get ready to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody tells me how what's the word I'm looking for? I'm also how thorough the NFL is when they're investigating who they're going to draft. They talk to your teacher. They talk to your elementary school teacher. They talk to the janitor at your elementary school. They are extremely thorough in their investigations.
Mm-hmm.
For them and really the world, the police in that area, I get it. They racist. That's their thing. For even LSU to a certain extent, I know the impact that LSU has in that area.
Mm-hmm.
For nobody to have been able to present this evidence before that young man made the decision he made, I'm not gonna say it's unforgivable because I don't believe in that, but it's beyond disturbing to me that we are finding this out. This wasn't hard to find.
That's my issue. That's my only bit. That's my big issue right now.
And in some ways, I almost wish I didn't know. Because now that I know y'all were sitting on this information, I'm pissed. And again, kind of to the media and holding him accountable. I don't know that the officer will be held accountable. He'll get fired. He'll get suspended, leave with pay. They'll do some BS investigation, slap on the wrist. Absolutely. Whatever they were trying to give Kyron Lacey, he should get double. But
the police officers should be indicted as well.
Yeah, the witness, the chick, which there's been conflicting reports. They say it was a white lady, then they say it was a black. I saw a black lady post, but then the comments and everything said it was a white lady. Her too. Lock them both up. Y'all, the blood is on your hands, and people like that, I don't even think they care. They sleep. That officer's been sleeping probably perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Unacceptable. I said my piece. I'll turn it over to whoever want to go. I'll let y'all decide. But it's disgusting.
I'll go because I ain't gonna be long. Um, I just want to, and I already said part of it was two biggest things. I want all of the media, everybody that had an opinion or had something to say about this young man, that you need to write a retraction, you need to write an apology, you need to make a statement that you were totally off base and that you were totally wrong in the way that you portrayed and the way that you shaped the narrative regarding this young man. Secondly, I want to see I want to see his estate be able to have a civil. I hope they get a civil suit for wrongful death and to be able to sue the state of Louisiana or the police department, whatever the case may be. Hope they get the maximum amount of money that they can get based off of this. And then lastly, like I already stated, that I want the police officers that built up this fraud case, I want them to be indicted and arrested and charged with criminal activity, because that was criminal activity which resulted in this young man losing his life. So that's all I got to say.
For sure.
Ray, I want to go off like how you did. Like it's sad to think about. It hurts your heart. Makes you want to tear up. The fact that this keeps going on in the world. The fact that I'm with you. I almost didn't want to see this video because watching this video, it frustrates me to the point where this happened how many months ago, and we're just now seeing this evidence. This evidence was trying to be suppressed this much for what's the reason? What's the gain here? I don't understand how. Like, I'm with you. The NFL, they want to cover their tracks, and like I said with the media, nobody wants to be proven wrong. Nobody wants to take accountability. In this instance, he automatically wanted to judge him. He automatically wanted to make him the blame. He cut his camera off because he know what he was trying to do. And like you said, the NFL, they investigate everything 10 times over. All these professional leagues, NFL, NBA, or they have their own private investigators. That's all you hear about. Oh, they know what you're doing this. They know this. You hear these players talking about, oh, he knew this, that. You investigate everything, and you can investigate this to find out the truth of what really happened. This issue is just like, man, he should be here with us right now. Not even about being in the NFL. He should be here with his family, his friends, his loved ones. Absolutely. And we talk about, putting out statements. Like whatever happened on innocent proven, even you know what I'm trying to say, innocent proven guilty. The social media right now is. I talked about the blessings earlier about how you can promote, but it's also a curse. Social media was ridiculing him. You turn on your phone. Like, I talk about this age. First thing I do, I get up. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. We call it X. All within 30 minutes. All we do is social media. So I can only imagine how it feels. To everywhere you look, you're seeing negative things about you, and you're knowing you know it's not true. But everybody's doing everything in their power to put the blame on you, and you cannot control the narrative because the person that's controlling the narrative is their word against all. Your word doesn't matter, And I look at social media now, how everybody's just judging without knowing the facts. I remember we judged. I don't want to butcher his name. What's my man that played in Black Panther? I can't think of his name right now.
Chadwick Boseman. Everybody
judged Chadwick Boseman when they saw those pictures. You remember that? Then it came out and he had cancer, and all the statements went back. Whatever happened to wait until you know all the facts to make a statement, to judge, to criticize? That's not what social media is. So again, I can only imagine. It's hard to even imagine we
had the Rashid Rice video like next day.
Exactly. So what we couldn't find a video on this. This is in broad daylight. And when I saw the video, I'm really lost for words. And I don't want to ramble. I could be here for forever talking about it. I'm lost for words. I'm with Kenny. I hope that the state can sue. I hope people, in a perfect world, people will be held accountable and justice will be served. Though we all know this world isn't perfect. So I hope any way, shape, or form that his family, something, it's just sad, man. Because there's no benefit or positivity that's really coming from this family other than You know, they knew all along. Like the lawyer said, man, I just needed one more day. And it's tough.
And shout out to the lawyer.
And yeah, shout out to the lawyer because he knew he was innocent and he was trying his hardest, his damnness to let the world know, to let his family know, just to prove it. We know, but I want to prove it because they're doing everything in their power to make you look like this type person. They're doing everything in their power to throw you in jail. And social media isn't helping, online isn't helping. Everybody that can be using their platform or using their resources to help this kid. How many of them really did it?
I'm gonna be very curious to see what the news cycle looks like on Monday. And another
I'm curious to see if it's even going to get picked up.
I'm looking at two stories now because I don't know if y'all saw that. The first reports I saw about Mark Sanchez was he got stabbed up, critical condition, hospital,
then arrested.
Now, I was just reading he was arrested, but it says the man told police Sanchez started threatening him and following him and then attacked him. The man said he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez, but it didn't work. He said it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Police noted the man had a significant injury to his face. Sanchez was not cooperative with police when they first arrived on the scene. Where the coverage? Y'all cover these kids crazy. This ain't no kid. Mark Sanchez is I think when I say we the same age.
No,
he's 30
he's
years
a
old.
grown man. Grown.
You go out, get drunk in another city, you harass somebody, attack somebody. And again, we talk about the way these organizations, ESPN got probably similar investigators to the NFL. The first thing they sent out was almost thoughts and prayers, hope for a speedy recovery, hope he's okay. It's hard for me to believe they ain't know nothing. And I haven't since heard an update from them as far as from a company standpoint. That's wrong. Like, some of the stuff is just wrong.
Isn't he an analyst somewhere, if I'm not mistaken? Is he?
And nothing, no tweets for Stephen A. and Skip on this. I checked.
And again, Stephen A. I don't want to go on Stephen, but this is par for the course, and it just shouldn't happen.
Now we'll see if they
say something on Monday.
Talk about it on
I don't watch that show, and I haven't in a long time.
I haven't watched it in years. They better not talk about Mark Sanchez before they talk about this, or if they do,
I'll watch it. I'll check and let y'all know.
I expect a monologue. I've seen them give them for much worse and for much less. I
don't think we're getting it. I would hope we are. Steve,
you do a lot of weird, goofy stuff.
You use your platform.
I've seen him go, when Molly got fired, he went on his own show and had something to say.
Use your platform. You talk about.
He went live for Molly leaving. Where you at, Steven?
You want a politics show? You want all these things. Use your platform. Use your resources to help benefit something. I
just started recently trying to take some surveys and make a couple extra dollars on the side. One of the political surveys I had, what are your thoughts on the Democratic nominee, Stephen A. Smith? If that's who you're trying to be, you better show up. You duck a lot. And again, you should have been live already. You've pacified a lot of stuff. You are the only show really on TV. He better get this right. He better get this right. I don't want to hear no ducking. I don't want to hear nothing about no upsets this weekend. I expect to see the start of First Take and for real get up, because I'm going to give everybody a pass because this is the weekend. Ain't no shows on. If you start your show next week without addressing this issue and this young man's loss of life and the way he lost it, you don't got to ever worry about me watching your show again. And I don't really watch him that much as it is. But Lord knows they better get it right. They better get it right because this is like you said. I'm trying to use like the best words. I'm not a cursor, but man, I'm pissed.
That's why I can't talk because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth because I'm so angry.
I'm pissed. Like when I saw that today, I was heartbroken. And I guess it actually I think got released yesterday, but I was out yesterday, so I didn't see it till today. My heart breaks. Like I started to think about what was his mental like leading up to that decision because I've seen accidents happen. I've driven past accidents and went home. I couldn't imagine if I saw an accident, I went home, and then they arrested me, and now my whole life gets turned upside down.
And every time you check your phone,
All
you see is people criticizing you
for something you didn't do. Not only do you arrest me, you charge me and keep going. Knowing it's a lie. Knowing it's all nothing. Then you find like if I'm saying y'all got a witness, y'all have a what? To ID me? Like, there's no way. Like, my heart breaks for his family. I couldn't imagine happening to my kids. Like, I don't know, but I would imagine maybe even at some point his parents might, because they don't know, they might even be like, what happened? Like, the car is outside. There's no damage to your car. So you wasn't in no accident. Like, I just, the more I think about it, the more it burns me up. So again, prayers to him, prayers to the family. To y'all point, I hope they get the top dollar. It won't bring them back, but I hope they almost. I wouldn't be mad they bank. I used to be on the defund the police, but bankrupt that police department.
Whatever justice they want, I hope it serves for them. Yep. Whatever justice his family wants, I hope they get it.
But even on that, because we as black people be mad forgiving. I don't want to see no.
Oh no, I'm not forgiving. Oh, I'm not a forgiving person. I know you said unforgivable. That's not. Like, I'm not a forgiving person at all.
People hug their offenders and do all that. Don't do nothing. Bury these jokers.
I don't forget, and I'll never forget. I don't forget.
Bury that police department. Bury the local media. Bury the politicians. Bury every single one of them that contributed to this BS. I'm not like, forgive them when you get out of prison. Not now is not the time for turning the other cheek. I ain't with none of that right now. And that goes against what people that may be watching us that know me, so be it. In the famous words of Clips, run it up, cook them, do not let up. I'm gonna do whatever I can do to help. I'm gonna do it because he was about to change generations. And that family, the generations have been robbed of that opportunity for nothing. For absolutely nothing. And I just not with it. I don't really know how to wrap the show because that was our last topic, but
I'll say this. Let's do one prediction for this weekend.
That works. Get out on the positive.
Go Commanders.
That's the game I was going to choose: Chargers or Commanders.
Listen, if the Commanders are for real, we got to win this game.
I say this.
Where's the game at?
It's in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Got to win this week. Like, if we are going to be what we say we want, it's the 4:00 game.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's for really both of these teams. It's a statement.
I agree.
Which is crazy.
I do agree. I think the NFC's more competitive than the AFC. I think we said the Chargers we think are going to get to the playoffs anyway. If Washington goes 2-3, it's not terrible. We got the Bears, the Cowboys, but then it goes Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions, oversees the Dolphins, hosts the Broncos, at the Vikings.
Oof. That's rough. That's a tough schedule.
And I ain't gonna lie, the Giants, we beat them earlier this year. They didn't look terrible. Now I don't know what
that
they'll be.
that was what Russell Wilson. You know, that's a different team now.
That's kind of my
we're
point.
Gonna see. Let's not act like Jackson Dart lit it up.
I'm not acting like Jackson Dart. I
think he had a good start.
That's a good start, but let's.
I saw Russell Wilson had a game of his life against y'all and then threw it away.
The only way that
he threw it away.
We knew what Russ is. I'm just saying that let's not act like this. Like this was some.
Now the Giants fool around and lose this week to the Saints. Ignore everything.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Right.
I mean, but the Saints was keeping it up with the Bills for 3-2.
They did. They had me a little nervous in my parlay, but Buffalo came through.
I'm gonna pick Washington because, again, I'm still not a believer in Justin Herbert. So, and I got Jaden Daniels on one of my fantasy teams. So,
yeah, Debo's playing. Terry's out. D-backs got to show up because Quentin Johnson, he figured out how to catch the ball. Lad McConkey, another one who sold one catch like 2 yards last week. Like, the heck are you doing? I'd love for him to do it again this week, but he's gonna probably have 10 for 140 this week because Lattimore is gonna struggle. That trade is not looking good in hindsight. He's had some good games, but he's had some bad ones. But yeah, if we are who I think we are, we got to win this game. Go on the road and get it done. Jaden's had 2 weeks off. Yeah, he got the knee thing. No excuses. Right, there's no more excuses. This is the team you had all training camp because Terry wasn't there. Terry ain't playing. Give Bill the ball, run the ball, and get it done. Like Dan Quinn, I like him. I like the press conferences. They better win this game. I don't. There's no reason they shouldn't win this game. Coming off what I just seen, unacceptable.
So y'all both going Commanders?
I'm going Commanders. They better.
I know how you said if they're like who they think they are, they're like I know what the Commanders are. I'm going with the Chargers.
Okay.
I'm going with the Chargers. I'm going with the Chargers. I'm a believer.
And the Chargers will be ready. Harbaugh gonna have them ready.
And they lost. And they're playing at home this week.
And they're coming off a bad loss.
If they was in Washington, it'd be a different story. But I think they're playing at home.
That's fair.
I'm liking them at home.
This is a hard overhead pick for me.
There's one more game I want to talk about before we get out of here.
Good.
Tampa Bay and Seahawks.
Tampa.
Good game.
You know what it is. Baker Mayfield.
That's gonna be a good game.
Is Godwin playing?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be playing.
And Bucky's out.
Bucky's out and Mike Evans is out.
I know.
Or Seattle. I think this is one of those games where Baker turns the ball over. So I'm going Seattle. I think their defense gives them some problems.
And it is in Seattle.
Got to.
I'm also going Seattle. Yeah. And that boy we talked about, I think he'll go off this week. JSN. I think he will.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna do that. For sure.
I think it's gonna be a shootout, and it's gonna come down to Sam getting it last, and Sam's gonna do what Baker's been doing all year. And lead them.
Baker get it done if you give him a chance.
That's what I'm saying. I think Sam gets the ball last, and Sam gets that victory, just like he led them. I know it's the Cardinals, but he did the same thing, let them down, got the win. I'm a believer in Sam.
Are the Rams off this week? It looks like they are.
No,
they just lost. They lost this week. Yeah. Did y'all agree with that? This last thing. Did y'all agree with running the ball on 4th and 1? Taking the ball out of Matt Stafford's hands?
Yeah.
With Puka and Devonta Adams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it because Kyron Williams has been a good short yardage back. I got him in fantasy.
He usually gets those.
No, he could. He put up 30 points. I'm playing against Stafford and Kyron in the league. So
they trust him. You know, they talk about this in the third. Y'all would do that anytime, any place. He just didn't get it. Be better.
Yep. Shouldn't have been that close in the first place, but
not at all. But I mean, that's what happens in the division game when you got 2 good coaches in a regular season. That know each other.
I guess last pick is the pick of the bads. Who we got? Do we have Dylan Gabriel getting a W, or we back in Carson Wentz?
I'll be honest, it's not so much Dylan Gabriel and Carson Wentz. It's what's defense can.
Because Cleveland's defense is good.
Minnesota's defense is good.
It's not as good as Cleveland, but Minnesota's defense, they can throw some things at you that a veteran quarterback can pick up and have success, but a rookie can struggle. And so, I got to see. I think Tillman may be out, if I'm not mistaken. That's another receiver who's been good this year. He only has Judy and Njoku Fannin. I think Minnesota finds a way to get it done. I don't see them losing 2 games in a row.
Fair enough. All right, well, fellas, appreciate y'all.
Y'all got my Eagles winning though, right? Against the Broncos. Y'all got to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I got you.
I just wanted to hear that. That's all. You can wrap it up, brother. You can wrap it up, brother. I just want to hear that.
Y'all actually got a nice little stretch ahead. You got the Broncos, Giants, Vikings, and the Giants.
I mean, those are good teams. I don't overlook anybody in the NFL. Those are good ball clubs.
All right, yeah, we got it, guy. All right, well, again, a pleasure. Go Dodgers. Yeah, go Dodgers. And they had me nervous. They got to Ohtani early and then they choked. Thank God. But yeah, this has been another episode of Real Talk. Appreciate y'all. Look forward to another great week of sports and entertainment. WNBA finals, definitely tune in. Yes. College football is about wrapped up for the week. Sunday football starts early. If you haven't set your fantasy lineups early.
Set your lineup.
Cleveland game, Jordan Mason. I need you to show up. Come on, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm benching him this week in my league. I'm benching him.
I wanted to, but I couldn't.
Odds are starting. Now you got to test the depth of your.
Yes, I got some teams with Kittle on it. I got CD. I got Joe Burrow. I didn't have some guys. It's been a rough year. So y'all have a great one, and we are out. Can you take us out of here?
Any keys, tempo, hey time, let's go. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing. Getting with the coverage, we loving it all day. Picking up the news, tell us wherever the ball lay. With the NFL, NBA, they box so. Sports news in the hands of a man with fair takes. Tell them, coach, statistics and realness that's being spoke. Either hit it for the win or they hitting the goal posts. Either way, we woke up to the news of the day. Any kid he could call it, he like to talk it out with Ray. Fast breaks down the lane, they better move out the way, or they pulling from perimeter. Curry, bury the trade, yeah, they got it. Woo! Duval with the hottest, Chris and Dev like the master, and mix it up like it's Logic being modest. They been looking for that real, trying to get it feel. Sports podcast, they running back on the real. That's a steal, yeah. They never sick, but they ill. Real sports talk going, deliver, signed and sealed. We bring that real talk when it comes to sports, covering the news, giving you the truth. Nothing but that real on hoops in the league. All things NFL, we don't miss a thing.